morning, PWT listeners. Phil and Hairline back with episode 3 of the Pro Wrestle Times Podcast, Hairline.
What up, y'all?
Yeah, dummy.
How y'all doing this afternoon? Man, I'm doing good.
I'm doing good too, brother. How you been? How you been this week? How's wrestling for you this week?
Oh man, there's been some ups, some downs. I'm definitely ready to talk about it. I spent most of the weekend in the movie theaters checking out the Evil Dead Rise. So
right, you went and saw that. You went and saw that twice this weekend. The critics are raving, the fans are raving. I can't wait to fucking see it. Your score out of Dave Meltzer's stars. What is Evil Dead Rise in your Dave Meltzer star rating?
Well, so I would give it. I have to give it 9 stars out of 10.
Okay.
And just hold on. And just to communicate with you, if the movie would have taken place in Japan, it would have got 10 stars. So, yeah, man, I liked her. Yeah.
Oh shit, buddy. Speaking of woo, I listened to Ric Flair on Joe Rogan's podcast yesterday, and fuck, man, that dude is a legend through and through. I can't say it enough, dude. Flair is legendary.
Yeah, go over it with me here quick.
Oh man, he just shared the war stories. He talked about the plane crash. He talked about the women on the road. He just the little jokes, the little insight he gives on breaking in and fucking how he developed his, like, they watched some of his promos, with the tear in my eye. This is the greatest moment in my life. Like, they watched the promos and just watching Flair watch himself back and being truly humbled to be, and I can't, it was just a fucking go watch that, man. It was just great. It was great.
Yeah, man.
Joe Rogan always catches shit when he has wrestlers on his show. They're like, people are triggered that Undertaker is like, oh, we had guns and knives in our bags back then. It's like, that was his experience. What, are you fucking mad that he lived an experience? Like, crazy.
Yeah, well, I think no matter what, individuals are going to be triggered over whatever it is Joe Rogan is or isn't doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I digress.
Right. But anyways, more into the actual nitty gritty of the wrestling. What do you want to get into first? We should probably just start with Raw, considering.
Yeah, let's start with Raw. Yep.
And you just want to get into the nitty gritty, right?
Yeah.
Let's go over. I'll just pull the card up, guys. So just before we jump into it, at Pro Wrestle Times on Twitter, and quickly, thank you to all of our new subscribers and new listeners, man. We appreciate you guys. Content as much as possible. If you guys can't tell, we're pumping it out, and we're just trying to get these shows to you a little bit earlier, so we're not like a little bit behind on Raws and stuff like that. But yeah, man, we just appreciate all you new listeners. At Pro Wrestle Times on Twitter, Instagram. You already know. Let's jump into Raw here. This past week, no travel troubles. Roman Reigns wasn't there. Solo Sikoa and the Bloodline and the Usos have been carrying this fucking show, carrying WWE on their backs. Solo Sikoa is the fucking man. We'll talk a little bit about that more, and about what the marks are saying on Twitter about Solo Sikoa in a bit. But if we can just jump right into Raw, though. So speaking of the Bloodline, the show opens and the Bloodline and the Judgment Day decide to join forces. I thought personally that this was somewhat of a good move, because it's like you're inevitably going to have these two factions are going to have to clash, because even though they're bad guys, that's the thing with heels. When heels are done properly, it's that, it's not like, okay, I've always been a guy where I don't like when all the heels just team up because they're heels. I don't really like that. I like when you have like, no, this guy's a heel and he'll fuck you too, regardless of your affiliation, like regardless of whether you subscribe to being a heel or a babyface. That I love that. So what they're doing with Judgment Day and Bloodline is rather genius in my opinion, because it's like, okay, no, we will duke it out. Like Judgment Day and Bloodline, like Bloodline's like, we run the shit, and Judgment Day's like, no, we run the shit. It's not about babyface or heel, but let's align because it's in our best interest right now for all of us. And then that's a way to keep them from fighting each other, from infighting with, because the natural things like these two groups got to throw down now,
right?
But they're both such hot heel teams. You can't fucking turn either of them face, and you don't want to do heel versus heel and fuck up what you have. So I thought this was great. I thought this was just a smart way to do things.
Yeah,
it showcases your top fucking stars, your core sort of people that are the most featured, your women's champion, the faction surrounding the world champion. Brilliant promo work. Hairline, what did you think about this?
Okay. In my opinion, the person that really shined the most here would have to be Paul Heyman.
Always.
Just yeah. And unfortunately, man, the bullet points I have here is he opened it super hilariously when he was like, ladies and gentlemen, and then he paused to himself and he went, wait, there's no ladies in Arkansas. And it's just like, man, like it's those little quick things like that just like get that quick little heat and reaction that, like, you know what I'm saying, the common wrestler isn't thinking about, little shit like that.
I bet Flair got bitches in Arkansas.
Yeah, you goddamn right. He's got a dog out in Arkansas. It is the oldest ride, but the longest ride. You know what I'm saying?
Woo!
Anyways,
back to the segment, the promo.
Right. And the other things I really like that Paul did here was the little facials he had when Rhea and Solo were interacting and whatnot. I also went right before Rey Mysterio came out. Paul walked over by Dom and kind of grabbed him by the hand, and he was all like, "I'm so sorry, you're gonna have to deal with him being out here." You know what I'm saying? And just and that kind of goes with what I was originally saying. Those little things he does just to catch heat quickly,
Yeah, absolutely.
And to me, that's why Paul Heyman was the star of that opening Raw segment.
I really like how they sort of they were squaring off, and Rhea squared off with Solo, and Solo's being pushed as their monster fucking destroyer right now. And I just like how they shifted Solo down the line, and then Rhea followed him down the line and squared off. That's the shit that, if that was fucking Zelina Vega or Alexa Bliss doing that, I'd be like, what the fuck? Even Raquel Rodriguez, I'd be like, fuck that. But the fact that Rhea, she's just got whatever it is, she can do shit like that. And it doesn't emasculate anyone. You're like, that's a bad bitch. You know what I mean? Sorry, what were you going to say?
So according to the dirt sheets, and I apologize for trying to get this in there.
Never apologize.
Yeah, according to the dirt sheets here, and I don't even want to say this, man, because you, as the listeners heard on the previous pod, I don't like to give into that shit. It's just I see the headlines and shit because I use social media.
Right, you know we all do. We can't
algorithms, right? Well, right, because the algorithms suggest me wrestling posts. But anyways, they're saying that there might be a Rhea leaving Dom storyline and getting involved with Solo. You know what I'm saying?
But wait, though.
This is just dirt sheet talk, though.
Right?
You know what I'm
okay.
saying?
I am going to say, why would you?
I don't even want to entertain this.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying,
well, I will entertain it. Okay.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
Why the fuck? I didn't hear any of that. That is, I think people are making dumb shit up. Maybe if they do choose, because I'm not so simple minded that I hate when wrestling fans are flash frozen. They're like, it's like, dude, we're not in 6 months. We don't know how over Braun Breaker is going to be on the main roster. We don't know in 6 months. So to me, I go, obviously, Dom's a great heel. They're not just going to switch him face again. Solo's a great heel. They're not just going to switch him face, but obviously he is eventually going to go face, or he's going to take the bloodline over and then Roman's going to go face. We know that they're probably eventually going to do that. So obviously I'm not of the mind of like, they'll never turn either of them heel. How could they turn them face? Or like, you know, obviously people turn and they have to do that to keep the show interesting. I think it would be so fucking dumb. I think the next year, 6 months to a year, or like even 9 months, let's say in that range, Solo has to stay a heel and Dominik has to stay a heel. I don't see Dominik ever switching face again for a long ass time. He just shouldn't. And until it happens naturally. And with Solo, okay, if like by the Rumble, they have him winning the Rumble and going against okay, you're whatever, you know, I'm cool with that. But right now would not be the time to do that at all, even in the next 3-6 months. I would not turn either of them, you know, so yeah.
My personal input right quick on like that post.
Sure.
Is I don't see them breaking up Dom and Rhea yet.
It's too good, bro.
Ultimately. Yeah, it's right. It's too much heat. It's too much merch sales, you know. And I just think it's clickbaity bullshit. But that's the thing about this podcast is you are interested in the dirt sheet shit, so I have to entertain these kind of things. So
right, you know what?
I found out that, my man.
Right. Yeah, and you know the thing is too is like I'm just interested in. I don't know. Like I've said it before on past shows. Like I don't pay my money to any of these motherfuckers. People tweet it out for free.
Yeah,
why would I pay for your fucking news? Like literally, because it's not like it's just like you said, the algorithm puts it in my face because I run Pro Wrestle Times Twitter, and all we do is follow wrestling and follow people who follow wrestling, whether they like us or not, whether we agree with you or not. We will follow you if you're like a wrestling type of person. And that shit just gets thrown in your face. And yeah, I definitely said when we did this podcast, you know, I'm like, listen, the dirt sheets and the drama, we got to incorporate that into our show. I mean, it's almost like become part of the wrestling, to where these dirt sheets are like unfortunately they're affecting the shit. So let's at least shed light on it.
Well, they are though.
And let's give it the average fan, the average mark like us, let us explain from our side what we think of you crazy Twitter bots and you crazy dirt sheet marks and the shitstorm y'all are brewing. Here's just like what the average mark is thinking when they view this stuff and why it's driving people away from wrestling and affecting the fucking business while praising the shit we like. That's what I wanted the show kind of to be, you know? So it's just too intriguing and it's too much a part of wrestling now, unfortunately, to where we got to talk about it, man. It has to be addressed, whether good, bad, or indifferent. We have to address the shit. Anyways, let's talk about Raw.
The following segment was the Otis male models promo, where it was Otis. What's her name? The female.
Otis. Maxine.
Yes,
Dupree. Maxine Dupree.
Yes, it was. Yes, there we go. It was Maxine, Otis, and Chad Gable talking to Adam Pearce.
Right. And what were your thoughts on that?
Man, Otis is always getting caught up in some type of bullshit with the ladies. Is all.
I know. Otis is great, man. Otis and Gable are great. I fucking love them.
And Gable's just trying to hang on to his boy as long as he can, bro. So you know, I pass. You know.
Yeah, this is a great, like, just sort of like low card story.
Right.
Otis and Gable are a great team. I like the Maxine male model. You got to have jobbers like that, like those two guys. I love. I forget the girl who does the ring announcing for Raw. She came from NXT. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. My bad.
I forget. I'm so sorry. I think this could be totally wrong. Samantha Irving or something like that. That could be entirely wrong, and I apologize. Yeah. I will learn your name because I love you. Dude, at the house shows, man, she announces Maxine male models to the ring. She's like, Masse, Imasua. Like, she goes so buck. It's so sure. Over with me. I love her. Does. Dude, I love her announcing. Apparently she was in like the circus before, like Cirque du Soleil or something.
Oh, word.
Yeah, dude. She's tremendous. Anyways, moving along. So after the Otis segment, I believe there was a match, right? Did Bianca Belair fought Dakota Kai, correct? Was that next?
You are very correct. I just think Bianca Belair, uh, okay, she's become very cookie cutter to me. As in like she's like a
You said
John
this.
Cena.
You said this on I think both of the last shows. So no
Right. So
breaking news here.
right, and I apologize, man, but I was watching the Dakota Kai versus Bianca Belair match, and that's what it was. Is I was like, I've watched this match 20 times already. And that's honestly, man, that's really all I have to say. You know.
Yeah, you know already, brother. I don't give a fuck about this damn. It's crazy because I love Dakota Kai like outside of
Me too, bro.
WWE, bro. Like I love her in ring
Raquel,
work, but
bro.
but I love Dakota Kai's like gaming stuff. You know, she make like
Yeah, man.
I think she's like super attractive.
Yeah,
Iyo,
she's a lot like fucking. My bad.
no, go ahead, go ahead.
She's a lot like Zelina Vega. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
Like the weeb shit. You know, the anime and the video games and the streaming on Twitch.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. I see it, you know.
Yeah.
Like what is it? Like one of those like what do they call it? Woo chicks or whatever. Am I right on that or is that okay.
It's something like that.
Okay, yeah.
Someone in the comments will correct us anyways.
Yeah. Some Stardom fan with a fucking Joshi in his profile picture. um, just kidding, but well, not really, but I digress.
No, he's not kidding at all.
Yeah. But I like Iyo Sky as well. She's a great worker, but
Bro, she's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about it with Bianca, you know, on previous shows. You know, it's just like not my favorite thing, but I don't know, man. She's been in great.
That's awesome.
Like she did great stuff with Sasha Banks. She's been in great stuff where I'm like, oh, this is great. And when she has people to work with, you know, like Dakota had like they worked. I'm not like shitting on their match or anything, but it's right, just like I don't give a fuck about Damage Control. I don't give a fuck about Dakota Kai's shit in there. I like I'm so sorry, and I don't give a fuck about Bianca Belair's like title run right now.
Right. What is there to be invested?
Right, and not to disparage either. Oh God, because you're gonna make me get into this, but I was gonna say like Rhea Ripley won the belt. Yeah. That's sort of like she's just sort of doing the same thing, which is fine. Like I don't expect like why would they people are like, well, what she has to be thrusted into this new thing, but it's like it doesn't always have to be that way. But then Marks on Twitter are freaking out because they're like, where's the story for Zelina Vega versus Rhea Ripley in Puerto Rico at Backlash? And the story is on SmackDown or whatever. Zelina Vega was like, yo, Rhea Ripley punked me out. I'm the only Puerto Rican female on the roster in Puerto Rico at Backlash. Let me challenge Rhea Ripley. The reason you marks are saying, where's the story? Is simply because the match was announced first because they have to market it in Puerto Rico, you dumb fucks. So the match got leaked, right? And then they announced it on their Twitter and shit because they had to, they're promoting it. Like the building's going to start promoting it and shit. They're promoting it, you know? So, and then on SmackDown, they explained 2 days later that Zelina Vega on television is in front of 2 million people watching their television program is announcing, well, look, I'm the only Puerto Rican female on the roster and Rhea Ripley's punked me out and I deserve a shot at that belt. So again, it's not comparable to AEW going, LV can go versus Kenny Omega dream match in AEW. Why is this an AEW dream match? You know, it's not the same thing. So not to bring AEW into it, but that's what everyone does.
Yeah, Twitter mark.
We've addressed this before. If Tony Khan and them are going to bring each other up, we're going to bring them up in comparison as well. Sorry, Hairline.
And we will get into AEW.
We will. Because Hairline actually watched Dynamite this week. Absolutely incredible, astonishing. He's disgusted, but we'll get into that a little later. But anyways, let's stick. We're getting off track. This is we've been waiting to do this all week. Hairline, your thoughts on what I was just talking about there?
Man, I agree with everything you said. I'm a huge fan of Dakota Kai. I'm a huge fan of Iyo Sky.
Yeah.
Why am I not a fan of this? It's because I'm not invested into it.
Exactly.
It is dummy shit. And then the same with Bianca Belair, man. When I'm watching every single match, and it's like it, I'm happy that she is doing what she's doing for children and everything she's doing for the product and moving the business forward. And I'm not shitting on it in that sense. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy what she's doing for the WWE, but me as a fan, it's not doing anything for me. You know what I'm saying?
I could not agree with the way you worded that more.
Right. Right. Because I'm a fan of the WWE overall, man. It's like I'm not going to be ignorant. It's like I see the shots of the crowd. There's little girls dressed up like Bianca Belair.
Bro, yes, I know. She's tremendous.
Right.
Like I feel like she's a tremendous ambassador. Right. Everything, sort of what she represents, like just that hard work. Look at her athleticism. Like she's really, truly like. Look, if you work hard. Like you can become fucking Bianca Belair. Like she just worked really hard, dude, and achieved this shit for herself. Right. And I'm not shitting on any of that. She like deserves to be women's champion too. I'm not even gonna be like, oh, she didn't. Like no, like you said, if little kids are dressing up, like little girls are dressing up like her, you got to push that.
Right, John Cena.
Exactly, it's John Cena, bro, with little boys. She's the John Cena for little girls. So. And hey, John Cena wasn't over with people either, and then he won everyone over. So that's what Bianca, I think, is eventually going to do. But as a mark,
we'll see.
Yeah, as a pro wrestling mark from the Attitude Era, I'll reserve my right to say not for me right now. But anyways, Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar's match was made for Backlash, and they had a pull apart brawl. Am I missing something here, or?
Right before that, there was a backstage promo with the Judgment Day.
And what did you make of that?
I just shit on you for doing this, but I'm gonna say it myself here quickly. The WWE with their purple lights look way better than AEW's no light backstage Matt Hardy promos. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. In other words, this Judgment Day promo heavily reminded me of like a Matt Hardy faction promo, but the Matt Hardy promos lack the WWES presence. You know what I'm saying? This looked better in every single way, man.
Right. Yeah.
But it was just build up. It was more build up,
Right. Just keeping the Judgment Day on TV, showing you. These are our fucking core guys. This is the through line of our fucking television shows, the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. The WWE is on their backs.
So up next we had the Cody Rhodes and Brock.
Oh, the Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar-Taker pull apart. What did you make of Brock's outfit? What did you make of what they did with the promo? What the security pull apart, all those different things. What did you make of all that? Man. What did you think about all that? Or do you like what they're doing, how they're building up to the Brock match? What's your take on Brock and Cody being the main event of Backlash and Roman just saying, I'm on vacation, bitch? What do you think?
Roman is on vacation, though, dog. He earned that shit. Anyways.
Without a doubt, bro. Hey, I'm happy. He don't got to come back to TV for like 3 months and I'll be okay. And I'll still defend his parts,
Right. You're right. I don't care what you have to say, Twitter. Let Roman take his time off.
Yeah.
Anyways, man, Cody was just he was heated, dog. He came in so hot, bro.
It reminded me of old Flair stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
Right. No, correct. It was very old Flair-ish. Starcade shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Anyways, man. And then a lot of my notes here, I'm just complaining about Adam Pearce being so heavily involved in this whole thing.
This is what I said. Okay, this is all I have. I'm so sorry. Keep that thought. Dude, this is what I said on Twitter. Fucking who's going to draft against who in Raw and SmackDown? Adam Pearce is going to draft against Adam Pearce? I don't get it. Like, how about we establish two general managers? Yeah, dude. How about we establish who the general manager of Raw is, who the general manager of SmackDown is, and then give us a commissioner who oversees both And then like Adam Pearce,
Well,
if he's
yeah.
going to be on both shows, he can just be the guy who makes sure the GMs are doing their jobs.
No, we need less Adam Pearce.
Okay,
That is what I'm getting
what's
at.
your heat with Adam Pearce?
He's trash, bro. Okay, listen, dude. Okay, here I'm just gonna we'll start with this promo alone. Okay, listen. I appreciate everything he did for Ring of Honor. Okay, it's not that. Okay. And like,
Go
I
ahead.
doubt anyone even knows what we're talking about with the Ring of Honor shit and like his background before he was on TV with the WWE. Anyways,
Yeah.
my bad. We're just gonna stick with this promo. Okay. Okay. Brock's music hits. Okay, here comes Brock. Here comes Undertaker Brock out to the ring, and Adam Pearce is just talking the whole damn time, going, "Cody, don't do this, Cody. Cody, no, Cody." And it's like, bro, like you're just not letting the pot build up any of that, man. And it's just like, get this guy off my goddamn TV, man.
Okay, shit. See, okay.
And then as far as with Cody Rhodes, my favorite part about Cody here is when he was all like, "You're no cowboy. You're just a coward." And then he chucks the mic at the ground. Woo!
Yeah.
Man, coming in hot, bro.
Yeah, I like it. They're building it up good. I thought it was kind of like, I don't know, man. I thought it was just like when Cody he just beat up the security and then Brock just like stood there and I just kind of like, I get it. He's like, yeah, I got in your head and there's no real answer kind of to why he did what he did.
Yeah.
And I wish they sort of just kind of, I just wish they sort of put that in a little bit, like at least, or the commentary or someone, I wish just kind of drove that home a little bit more. Like, why did Brock do what he did? Like, we want an answer.
Right.
Like, we need an answer. And if Cody was like, I need an answer or something, like, I don't know. I just wish they sort of drove that home a little bit because then it makes you curious. Like, damn, maybe we'll get the answer at the pay-per-view. Like, they don't even need to tell us until after the fucking pay-per-view, you know? But it's just like, I don't know. That's just the only criticism of that. Otherwise, I thought that whole thing was great. And I love Brock Lesnar-Taker.
Right.
Yeah. What happened after that? Was there a segment after that? I only have the matches here on WWE.com. They only show the matches. They don't get into the promos. I'm just realizing now as we go along here. So
I'm pretty sure we had Seth versus The Miz.
Seth versus The Miz. My goodness, dude. What a fucking banger of a match. Everyone shits on
right,
all
bro.
the time. He
No,
just tore it the
dude.
fuck down, dude.
Right, bro. All my notes is just putting Miz over.
Yo, Miz is winning.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
Fuck, I was a hater too when I was fucking 8 or whenever he came on to when I was 11. I hated him too, guys. I get it.
Always a fan.
Listen, when he came from Real World, I get it. Oh, he's not. I get it. We hate even his John Morrison shit. I know people hate on that. I get it. Dude, he's come so far. He's so fucking good. Look at his wife. Look at his bank account. Come on, guys. This guy's winning. He has great matches with Rollins.
His wife's
he has the hottest French-Canadian wife on earth. And he's fucking just putting on banger matches, balling out of control. Fucking love The Miz.
What I want to say about this match is it was very wrestling doesn't have to be on television. You know what I'm saying? There's pro wrestling matches that are designed for just working the crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Little things like a heat spot, a hot tag, a false finish. I felt this match was very, like, the way Seth Rollins and The Miz built this match and the way they were doing it was very for that arena and that crowd. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not necessarily a storytelling match for.
It was a great television match, bro, to fucking for the show.
Yeah, man, and you could just really see the two of them were working together to just put on a better product for the crowd, and that right there, you know, good ring psychology, good storytelling to put on a better product, man. And lastly, what I wanted to say here, and unfortunately, I'm being a total hypocrite again. But to compare this to AEW, this match had 4 false finishes back to back, basically. But the thing is they were given time to breathe. You know what I'm saying? there was 30 seconds in between these false finishes compared to AEW where you would quickly get 3 false finishes back to back, and it's just, I don't know, man.
Right.
Like,
no, you're right, dude. AEW a lot of time it'll be like false finish, roll up victory, and you go, whoa.
Right.
Wait a minute. Let me digest one of those things. You're like over. It's like imagine a girl jerking you off, and then right when you nut, she starts tickling you. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. It's like, I mean, none of this feels bad right now, but it's like not hitting the way it's supposed. None of it's hitting quite the way it's supposed to.
Right. Babe, knock it off. I just come. I'm just trying to lay here. Knock it off. Anyways, though, man. More or less, that's just what I wanted to say was them working together to put on the better show, and like the as far as those false finishes, bro. They were given time to breathe. You know what I'm saying? The false finishes mattered to me because they put in the little in between work. Right. I guess more or less what you said. The false finishes were given time to process with me, to where each of them, that almost was it. It wasn't. I saw 6 of these fucking in 10 seconds.
Okay, after that match, I mean, yeah, what more can we say? Miz is awesome. Tyler Black's awesome.
Excellent story, Tyler.
Yeah. Okay, so up next, we had Bobby Lashley took on Austin Theory.
Yes.
Which ended in a no contest because Bronson Reed, and I love fucking Bronson Reed, and the narrative about, Bronson Reed interfered, beat the shit out of Bobby Lashley. 2 big fucking gargantuan men beating the shit out of each other. I love it. And the narrative on like Twitter again and on social media is that Bronson Reed was Jonah. He beat Okada. Look what he's doing. He's a lackey. And I'm just like, bro, like, so you're undermining the choice he made for his family, for him, what he wants to do with his career. Maybe beating Okada doesn't mean as much as being on a fucking American television program with 2 million people watching it every fucking week, So it's like, it's just crazy, And I love Okada. I fucking got an Okada t-shirt right here. I'm just saying, like, I think it's weird how like these people think they know better than you. Think like Jonah's a baby, or Bronson Reed's a baby. He didn't make his own grown adult decision to go to WWE. Right. Like, what do you guys think? He's stupid. You know better than him. Fuck, man, it drives me nuts. But anyways, though, I love the Lashley Bronson Reed stuff. I was a little bummed. I was like, dude, Lashley versus Theory. Like, I don't want to see Theory do some greasy shit and win. Like, I don't want that. We already seen these guys fight. But the fact Bronson got involved fucking made it good for me. And I like this. And I like that we're getting Bronson versus Lashley's like a feud, 2 big fucking giant guys. And Austin Theory lives to see another day, So what did you make of that match?
So speaking of Theory, was this the first time his entrance started with him facing the entrance way? I don't know if you caught.
I didn't catch what you're speaking about.
Yeah. So like Austin Theory just did his entrance different for the first time this week, where he had his back turned to the crowd and like the camera was focused on him facing the entrance way.
I don't recall ever seeing that. No, okay.
I'll just check for it next week. We'll see.
I will. Yeah.
But yeah, man. And then Lashley is also super over right now, man.
Dude.
Super, super over. Like, and then obviously I'm gonna say the stereotypical shit. Right now is the time to bring back Hurt Business, just with how over Bobby is. But it is what it is.
Every day is the time to bring back Hurt Business, brother.
Right. Yeah, you're correct. But yeah, I don't know, man. Honestly, I thought the match was very filler.
Right.
Other than just getting Bronson Reed over,
exactly.
As far as he's the new devastating presence, and that's what it was. It was build up to I want to buy Backlash.
Exactly.
Not that, but I want to pay for my Peacock account so that I can watch Bobby Lashley versus Jonah.
Yeah, exactly. I want to see that match. I hope they don't bullshit it up with gimmicks and stuff. I hope they just let him fight, or like put him in a cage or something. I'm down with that. But why would you put them in a cage? Who are you trying to keep out? Well, I mean, sometimes you just got to let two big boys fucking throw down, in a cage or something like that. Yeah, dude.
Kaiju.
Yeah,
Godzilla versus Kong.
Yeah, kaijus, bro. Mothra.
Yep.
King Ghidorah.
Well, Mothra's a girl, though. My bad. Not to nerd you.
Yeah.
Mothra's a girl.
But
Rhea
Ripley. And then
Ripley.
Austin Theory, I'm just curious, like, who are they gonna have him work with? He doesn't have to do Backlash. But
yeah, man, he was just there to help Lashley get his.
But I mean,
he's
the United States heavyweight champion, though, brother. He should go to Puerto Rico with the U.S. title. But it's like, it's crazy to me that they haven't set up
They have a week to build that then.
Yeah, like a week to build Theory versus someone. Or I guess like you could just say, listen, he's just defending his United States title on the pay-per-view, and here's your opponent. Adam Pearce could just say that. I wouldn't be totally with that.
Open invitation.
Yeah, but it's kind of weird that they haven't done a little more with that, I think, but neither here nor there. Okay, up next we had Trish Stratus coming out, and she explained her actions in a promo. Trish Stratus, fine as a dime in a lime all the time, baby.
Facts.
And came out dressed in her old, like the old Attitude Era shit, bro. Like she came out with the crop top or whatever you want to call it, the tube top, and she has like the jacket with the cowboy hat, bro. Like old TNA Trish Stratus, right. Testin Albert Trish Stratus, bro. I fucking pop we've been kind of shitting on this stuff, on the Becky Trish stuff the last couple weeks,
right? But it's over now,
right? Trish on Twitter, Trish grabbing the mic and doing what she knows how to do. I'm not saying it was the best promo of all time, but it was a great promo, and just how she looks for her age, and forget her fucking age, bro. Like, but just how good she looks, and how the piped in booze.
Yes. Did you hear how? So there was the crowd booing, and then So they were piping in booze to make it sound like she was getting more heat than she really was.
How do we know this for sure?
Well, I don't. It's just it sounds different. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is what I'm hearing.
And WWE does pipe in fucking noise all the time, dude.
So my audio engineer ears are hearing piping in booze there.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, yeah, and I trust that too. Yeah.
But outside of that, what I was gonna say though is, despite the fake booze, man, Trish was spitting some venom, bro.
Yes.
It was pro wrestling, man. She was showing she still got it,
And she threw it back.
Right. And that's what all that Trish and Becky shit has been lacking, is me invested. And it's like Trish suddenly got me invested with that promo,
Exactly.
So
yeah, no, exactly. And just her saying I'm not some nostalgia act. I'm not your childhood fantasy. I'm none of that shit.
Even though you were. Even though you were.
That's why it's got heat, baby. That's why it gets heat. Okay. Moving on, we got Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville.
Yes. Awesome team. I love it.
Defeat Candice LeRae and Michin.
Mrs. Same Face. Same Face.
Let me just preface this by saying I love Chelsea Green. You know how much I've put her over to you privately and publicly. I think she's the finest. She is one of the finest women on that roster for sure. Sonya Deville, you and I both love her, dude. We put her over, dude, off air, on air. Dude, this women's tag division is so and just these random thrown together teams. Candice and Michin brought Michin back, inducted her into the Bullet Club.
Bro, okay, for them being random throwing together teams, it is showing you how good of wrestling talent truly Chelsea Green and Sonya Deville are.
Oh,
Because in this time they have, they've gelled together, and they
so
feel like a tag team unit.
On SmackDown, they challenged for the Liv and Raquel for the women's tag titles, man, and that was a fucking good. It was a good match. Like, these girls can all work. Obviously, I think the greenest one's Raquel, but like, dude, Sonya and Chelsea are great. I think Michael Cole says that on commentary on SmackDown too. He said, he's like, wow, for like the short amount of time Green and Sonya have been together, like, they're a great fucking tag team,
Right.
And it is true, bro.
Sure.
I'm not saying these girls can't work and they're garbage. I'm just saying, like, dude, I couldn't give a fuck about any of this right now. Like, they're doing nothing. Those tag team titles should be on Ronda Rousey and Shayna Baszler, and they should be beating the fuck out of every woman team. And then Nia Jax and Tamina should return as the Bloodline sisters, whatever the fuck they want, the Anawai Flowers, whatever they want to call it, the Fatu Flowers, whatever the fuck they want to call themselves. You guys show up, and then they fucking beat Shayna and Ronda. That's what it should be, man. It should just be Ronda and Shayna beating all these makeshift teams, and then that's what they can say. Well, these are makeshift teams. These aren't real teams. Who could stop this team that are two real best friends and that really are martial arts masters and really train together every day? Who could stop them? And then that's where you have literally the Bloodline, female of Bloodline, show up and beat them. And I know Nia Jax isn't under contract, and this is a bunch of Mark fantasy booking, but god damn it,
Super Mark fantasy book.
It is, but like, you can't tell me they don't have the fucking shekels to
good.
chill out and
I'm
get this done.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
I'm not saying I'm not popping.
Okay,
I'm
so
popping to what you're saying.
Right.
Yeah,
so now now critiquing inside the box here. I just got to say that I love all their work. I could not. Raquel just doesn't flexing her back. I don't know.
I love it.
I don't like that.
Oh man, get out of here, bro.
No, I don't like that.
Hold on. What did I tell you? What did I tell you about? They were going to become the tag champions. I'm telling you, bro.
So Hairline a couple weeks ago or a week ago said, he's like, Phil, I'm telling you, they're going to be, he's like, listen, like, if
they're up next.
Yeah, if WWE, like, you're not into, like, Liv is whatever and Raquel is whatever, and they're the babyface team that, and like could do the hot tag and all that. He literally called it all, and I was like, I'm like, but dude, I'm like, is WWE gonna flesh that out and give it time to breathe? Now, I still maintain I was right. They didn't really flesh it out. They just kind of like hot shot, put the titles on them. However, that being said, bro, like, a week later, they're the tag team champs. All right, I can see to Hairline. You called that one.
Well, right. It's like whatever I saw in them, clearly someone else in the WWE also saw.
Yeah, and probably way before either of us.
Right. Yeah, not to, like, I'm not crediting myself. Yes, I'm just saying.
Right. So, okay, we're spending a lot of time on Raw here, so we'll just kind of breeze through this. So
we're almost done.
We're almost done. We get to the main event. It was a fucking pretty good Raw, bro. So, I mean, I'm not gonna say
it was an awesome Raw.
It was like, I give it like a 3.5 out of 5 Meltzer stars, and if it was in Japan,
I give it 4,
a 5.5.
Correct.
Okay,
82.
So Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Matt Riddle, they defeat the Judgment Day. Now, again, it was established earlier that the Judgment Day, so the Judgment Day are kind of feuding with the LWO, but then the Judgment Day and Bloodline are kind of aligning so that they have a vested interest in their 6-man tag against Matt Riddle and Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn and hurting them and blah, 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 blah. And how deep will this alliance go? Yada, yada. So it's keeping their main stories all fucking interweaving and interesting. And they make sense.
Genius.
Bro,
it's so good, dude. Triple H is killing it, man.
And then just to even take it, like, this all started, if you want to take, like, Rey and Dominik, the underlying tones of that are still mixed in there with the from before Mania and what happened at Mania, and it's all, this is
okay.
how you book television wrestling. Sorry, go ahead, Hairline.
So to reference back to Jim Cornette and Brian Last, one of the things they said about the whole
Cornette.
The Jim Cornette, eh?
Jim Cornette. I'll fucking sue them.
The Bloodline storyline itself, though, Corny was saying basically a Raw or a SmackDown can completely suck as long as it has some Bloodline on there, because you're still tuning in no matter what for the Bloodline. So
Right.
more or less what I'm saying there, with that logic of you're tuning in for the Bloodline, they have now found a way to weave in all these different teams into the Bloodline, which is like what the main thing people are tuning in for. So it's like, man, they found a way to use the Bloodline to get all these other factions over, and it's just building up the WWE for an overall better product, you know?
And it's giving time. It's giving Roman time to rest. It's giving it's giving the titles somewhat of a break before, and people are like, ugh, but like, dude, even in storyline, it makes sense. The undisputed, like the run Roman's been on after Mania, he deserves a fucking break until the draft. You know, like if they just came out and said that, I think a lot of these idiots online too would stop complaining. Yeah, a lot of people are shitting on the fact that, you know, Roman's not on these shows and that Solo's getting overexposed. People are trying to say. And do you want to get into that now, or do you want to save it for a bit later? Or
well, do you have anything else to say about this, the end of Raw?
Listen, man, the Bloodline comes out, they beat the fuck out of people. It's a brawl. The LWO and the babyfaces fight off the Bloodline and the Judgment Day. The LWO, I mean, bro, they've just been doing fucking jobs, so it's kind of like, it's great that they right. Well, it's good. It's good that they put this LWO thing on them, and it's been rumored they were going to do some shit like this, and Ray was pitching it for a long time, like back when like Andrade was still in the company. But the thing is like, you know, they're just kind of doing jobs like on SmackDown. Spoiler, sorry, like fucking whatever, Escobar takes the pin or whatever. I'm not like,
it's whatever, but like that's needed,
right?
You know?
So it doesn't hurt Ray by any means, but it's like, man, if we want these guys like the LWO to be taken a little more seriously, we need them to get some dubs. Like Ray and Santos should just like get a dub on a team, like that. You know, it's just kind of so like when I see them running in. Sorry, go ahead.
Here's the thing about LWO right now, man.
Yeah,
is they are building them up in a different kind of way. What I see them doing is a very Eddie Guerrero-esque like way, to where, example here, the end of Raw, they came out and they double teamed the one guy. So like it's very like, it's cheating, and it's little things like it's cheap pops that is getting them over with the crowd.
Right, but that's all on
rather than match credibility.
Right. But all I'm saying is that at some point it's like, okay, you guys lost 3 or 4 in a row. At any time you square off with the Bloodline or Judgment Day, it'll only hurt them if you beat them. Now, do you know what I'm saying? Like they beat you so much times that if you, like, I've seen y'all lose so many times that like, and you got to think about too, Legado del Fantasma was like was healing, a heel group, and then all of a sudden they're just like, we respect Rey Mysterio, now we're baby faces. So it's all just been a little, and then they just went, now we're LWO. That's all kind of like, it's like shaky for me. I like it, and I'm like, yes, let's more of this Rey stuff. Rey Mysterio's like, it's crazy how over he is right now in his career, dude. Like he's like as over as he's ever been, almost, you know. So I like what they're doing, but I'm just like, it's a little shaky to where it's like, dude, they're like 1 or 2 losses away from me going like, okay, I can't even, if they're in the ring with the Usos have to beat them. Like if these guys are beating up the Usos, it's gonna diminish the Usos almost. I'm almost at that point with them, with Santos and them. You know, Ray, it's like whatever.
I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I kind of see them starting to get over with the crowd personally.
Yeah,
When
well,
they came
I
out,
think they are over right now because the LWO shit. I think people see that and they pop.
Right.
Fuck yeah, dude, and like, and so
Right.
because
they're doing that. Like I was saying, they're doing that Eddie like stuff where like they're cheating and like the cheap pass.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways, my last thoughts on Raw.
but yeah, that was Raw.
It was a good Raw. It was a good Raw, man. It was a good Raw. So to just bring it back, circle back a little bit, we were talking about the Solo Sikoa being overexposed. We'll just check out Twitter for a minute and we can talk about this and see what people are saying about Solo Sikoa being quote unquote overexposed. If you haven't, guys, check us out at Pro Wrestle Times on Twitter. At Pro Wrestle Times on Instagram. If you want to check out, we're always talking shit on Twitter and just enjoying wrestling and going at it with people or whatever, not even going at it. We're not these aggro dudes. Like we're not like, we get our kicks off of arguing on Twitter all day. Like we definitely, you see, like usually during SmackDown, I'm not like tweeting every minute and shit. I'm actually watching the show, so,
right.
Yeah, I'm really not like I really get a laugh out of it. If something's not interesting or funny to me, and Hairline knows this, like I'm a very passionate person about shit I like, and if I have no interest in something, I have zero fucking interest in that fucking thing to the point where Hairline knows. Yeah. So but anyway, so over to Twitter, Solo Sikoa being exposed. So Hairline, do you want to give your thoughts on this first, or do you want me to read some tweets and then we can give our thoughts on some tweets and kind of wrap it up ourselves, or what do you want to do?
And I guess really all I have to say on it, man, is I've seen recently Paul Heyman has been kind of putting Solo more over, and that's all I can really see as like indications to why any of this would even be said in the first place, man. And honestly, this is just my take. I think this is just people that aren't properly educated on wrestling, just going, "Oh man, fucking Solo's being shoved down my throat because Paul Heyman's doing little things to put Solo over." So that promo with the Bloodline and the Judgment Day, they're Paul Heyman didn't put over Jay really or Jimmy at all, but like there was definitely points in the promo where he was putting over Solo and shit,
Right. Well, Jimmy and Jay lost their straps, so it's brilliant storytelling.
Right, but I'm just saying, like, but I'm just saying more or less, like that's what I'm seeing is like that the marks are just going off of these little indications that, like,
and also the fact
these comments.
Right, but also the fact though, Hairline, is that he's main evented like the last fucking how many shows, right? Raw, SmackDown. He main evented Raw and SmackDown this week. Right? So people are saying, oh, he's being shoved down our throats. Like, and I'm just sitting here like, that's how you build a star. Like, how do you build a star? You put him on television in front of 2 million people every week for a fucking year. And then I don't know.
It's just absurd, man.
Okay.
All right, so back to Twitter here.
Right. Back to Twitter. I just wanted, sorry, I was just kind of more or less like kind of trying to pick your thoughts. Like, what do you, so
yeah,
like the fact he's main eventing all the time. Do you interpret that as being shoved down throats?
It's just Paul Heyman putting them all. Right. Nah, I don't at all, man.
Like how else do you get him more over? Wrestling. Like he's just supposed to stand in the background and then people will go, all he does is stand in the background. Like, well, what do you want him to do?
Yeah, right. That's the right. I don't. It's just no matter what the Twitter marks are going to cry.
Okay, so let's read some Solo Sikoa tweets here. So from Pro W Finesse, he says, I don't think, or he or they, I will say they, pardon me. I don't think Solo Sikoa is being overexposed. They're positioning him to be a main event level talent. He's getting better every week. Facts. I'm going to give that one a like. And I'll actually.
He almost said exactly what you said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Retweet that.
Yeah, here, we'll retweet that one. Okay. So this guy's response is barefoot match between Matt and Solo is overexposure. That's a funny joke. That was at leaves the woes. That was
that went over everyone's head though.
Yeah, that was a great one.
Yeah, that was awesome.
At Recons, he's literally money, bro, going to be a top star. Yeah, I mean, okay, right here, Bob at Bob C2389. His interference in the Drew and Cody matches have just made me completely and utterly hate his presence. Wow. How the fuck could that? What's the comparison? Like,
so you're telling me a heel got heat with you? Holy crap!
Exactly, dude. Like, yeah, dude, that's the point. And then people conflate the term "go away heat." Now they're like X-Pac heat, go away heat. Like, no, you guys, go away heat is like what Cody had in AEW, or even not even that, man. Not even that. Maybe that might qualifies that, but go away heat's like fucking like when the boys are hot at you, like what Enzo Amore had. You know what I'm saying? Like the boys are hot at you, the fans fuck. Yeah, like Cass.
When
like
Cass
that's go away heat. Exactly. It's so funny because him and Danielson are in AEW together, and I think I'm like, did they ever talk about that shit? Like, is Danielson ever like, dude, we should work together again or something, you know? Because I liked when they were pushing Kaz, man. That was good shit back in the day. Anyways, so this guy at Extreme Effect, he's okay talking about Solo Sikoa and Overexposure. He says he's boring. I haven't watched a single main event this guy has been in. This is how Samoa Joe should have been pushed. What the fuck? Let me just, should I respond to this or just leave it? Like, okay, no, I'll just respond to it.
Okay, hold on.
Okay, you go ahead.
You go ahead first.
Okay, I'll go ahead first.
What? Okay, sure.
Samoa Joe, yes, should have got this push, but so if Samoa Joe got this push, would it still be boring to you? Why does Samoa Joe, like basically what this guy's saying is Samoans are interchangeable dudes who could, it's like, no, you know what I mean? That doesn't, it's interesting because Roman's not there and he is his little fucking oos, he's his little cousin. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Here are my initial statements on this tweet. What is Samoa Joe's shelf life?
Exactly. In comparison to
Sikoa's shelf life.
Right. And if this guy says this is how Samoa Joe's push should have been, well, guess what? Shoulda, coulda, woulda. The bloodline wasn't a fucking thing when Samoa Joe was in WWE.
Correct. And like the other thing is Joe was in Ring of Honor at this stage. Getting that, dude, some of his, okay, man, oh my God, I'm not trying to get into this, but it's like this guy clearly isn't educated on
worst fucking yeah. Let's just sorry, you go ahead.
Yeah, fuck this guy.
Fuck him. Fuck him. He's a dumb fuck.
Yeah, yeah, dummy. Yeah,
dummy. Yeah. Okay. Let's hear a positive tweet. I honestly think that so this is from at Ruben CO85. I honestly think that the people that don't like him is just because he's in the bloodline. If he would have debuted alone, there would be no complaint. But come on, like it was obvious thing to do. Okay, that's just like what the fuck? How does that have 24 likes? I like, so this guy Romeo D 2099 says, I like Solo a lot, but it's very hard to take him seriously as a main event level talent. He still needs so much work and time, but then again, I like him. He's just not there yet at all. He's a monster and he works fucking main event level. You cannot tell me the matches he's having with Sammy and Riddle and all these different people.
Yeah.
Top tier.
Baby Umaga.
This is, what the fuck does he have to do, man, for you to not see his work, dude? His work is so solid, bro. So solid. That's crazy to me.
He's basically Baby Umaga, bro. He's Baby Umaga at this point.
Okay, so WrestleOps at WrestleOps. Just a few more on this, and then we'll move along. At WrestleOps, been seeing some discourse surrounding the topic as of late. So curious to know, is Solo Sikoa being overexposed on the main roster? The Tree at Robbie Plaha responded, "This is the issue whenever WWE ain't building stars properly. They complain, but when they do build a star, they complain. Never a win-win." Exactly. Dummies, yeah.
Retweet that. Retweet that
Right.
one.
Because they always find a way to
dummies,
complain.
Yeah.
To complain.
Type dummies, yeah.
Solo getting the
dummies,
perfect build up to the main event status. Dummies, yeah. So
yeah.
yeah, so I mean that's the perfect take. I mean, you can't even say it better than that. It seems like a lot of people are agreeing with us. So sometimes I wonder, like, are these narratives just like Meltzer narratives? I'm not saying he said this, but are these just like bot narratives that like some fucking guy like Ryan Satin says this and a bunch of people parrot it, or like, what's going on?
Right.
And I'm not like bringing up those names, like I'm just using them as examples of dirt sheet guys. Like I don't know if they said that or anything, but yeah, so basically and then to sort of stick on the topic of WWE and tweets and stuff, I just wanted to while we're on the topic, and sorry to just transition, but sort of related to the bloodline, Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns, right? So we've had a ton of people as late, legends in WWE, legends, whatever, just legends in general, current stars, Cody Rhodes himself, Roman Reigns, obviously he's doing a work interview, but you know, everyone in the fucking business who's done anything in the business has come out and said, Kevin Nash, everyone, they've come out and said that the right call at WrestleMania 39 was to go with Roman Reigns, and this is a great story, and it was the right thing to do, and Cody Rhodes is on the right track, and Cody Rhodes losing at WrestleMania was the right decision. Now, we've been saying this the whole time, like, now for some reason, Mark's on fucking Twitter, dummies, yeah, they think they still know better. There's still people arguing till they're blue in the fucking face, dude, about how Stone Cold's wrong. I guess Ric Flair's wrong about what is constitute good storytelling in professional wrestling. So I just want to read what Stone Cold Steve Austin said, because it got everyone's panties in a fucking bunch. And there's nobody better to discuss something like this or to have an opinion on this than Stone Cold Steve Austin, the most over motherfucker ever, probably in professional wrestling. What? Yeah. So I just want to read what Austin said about this.
Default LA Knights.
It's because, do you know why? Because I think at WrestleMania 39, all they should have had was
here this goes. Here. Yeah, tell them why.
All they should have had, this would have been $1 million right here. Maybe they'll build up to it, to an actual match at WrestleMania 40, but I'm not getting my hopes up for this. But at 39, they should have had LA Knight come out and go, you're having WrestleMania in LA and LA Knight isn't a part of it. Dummies, yeah. Da-da-da-da. And then Austin should have came out and they just should have did the what? Yeah. What? Yeah. What? Yeah. They should have just did that back and forth, and then Austin just stunners him and then leaves the fucking ring. That should have been, and then no match. You just have a moment like that at Mania. I think that should have happened. I would have booked it. I'm a mark though, so what the fuck do I know? But
do you feel better?
I do feel better that I got that off my chest. Yes.
Now continue.
Okay, now continue. Hairline fucking hates the fantasy booking. I love it. You guys, if I could have a job writing wrestling, even for AEW, I love you, AEW. I would fucking take it in a heartbeat. I love wrestling. Yeah. Okay, so on to Stone Cold. So what he says is Stone Cold Steve Austin says, I loved the finish. I loved all of it. Roman is so good right now. The story was there. Cody coming back from injury, coming back into the fold after he left from AEW and putting himself in the position he's in now. Overcoming all this adversity as part of one of the most famous wrestling families that's ever been in the business and trying to finish the story against Roman. I watched both nights of WrestleMania 39 very intently. To me, you can't take that belt off Roman right now. What? You want to get it to Cody somehow. What? Some way. What? Sometime. What? But now's not the time. Yeah, dummies. Bro, you could not have fucking said it better. And who knows better than Stone
Right.
Cold motherfucking Steve Austin, brother? There's no arguing this right now. This vision they have is long term. You fucking marks on Twitter. I don't care. Or not even marks, man. There's people with credible fucking opinions that to me are still just blue in the face arguing over this shit. And it's like, listen, man, you
like a bunch
don't
of
know
dummies.
better. Yeah, dude, you were in it for the hot shot book it. If you're not into Cody because of that decision, you weren't his fan to begin with, period, man. You
Like, go
weren't even
watch
invested in the story.
AEW.
Exactly, dude, because you're wait, I'm agreeing with shit I don't agree with. Listen to me, okay? Hold on. No, Dynamite was weak this week, so I've been a little low on AEW, but nonetheless, I just think that Ric Flair, Stone Cold, all these guys know better. Paul Heyman, everyone puts over Paul Heyman, but he's wrong about the Cody story all of a sudden because he one of the greatest storytellers. Oh, Paul Heyman, genius, ECW. Wrong about Cody and Roman though, and you know better. Random guy on fucking Twitter. So we could read responses to this, but I'm the debate is over. Yeah, the first thing, the debate is over because Stone Cold said so. Yeah. Retweet that.
Yeah, man, you can't make this up.
So moving along, LA Knight was not featured on WWE programming this week. I don't believe he's on Raw or SmackDown. He lost. Okay, sorry. So on April 21st, LA Knight on Twitter, I'm reading at Goody Wrestling. LA Knight didn't even get 1 minute on TV and lost again in tonight's dark match. He deserves so much better. I really hope after the draft he gets his deserved push. So I don't know. Apparently the rumors are floating around Hairline that LA Knight is going to be. Well, what it is Karrion Kross is going to go be Roman's opponent. He's going to be fodder for Roman. LA Knight's going to be pushed to be Roman's opponent. He's going to be fodder for Roman. Shinsuke, who they're building back up, great. The vignette on SmackDown, tremendous, showing his real martial arts acumen. And he's going to be pushed as a guy to face Roman. What do you make of all that? And what do you make of like LA Knight doing fucking jobs on dark matches, still doing jobs before and after Mania, and doing dark matches, not even getting 1 minute of TV time? What do you make of that?
Well, it's like I said, man. I don't necessarily see the jobbing as a negative thing. It's just more or less circles back to what you said. It's not going anywhere, so there's nothing like really flowing. But so I guess to counteract what you're saying there, man, I guess LA Knight's just punching in and punching out and getting his paychecks, man. And doing what he's got to do for the company at this point, but like the internet was saying, like his push is supposedly coming here. Is he going to be the next guy? Is it going to be Shinsuke?
Well, these guys, including Shinsuke and LA Knight and including Karrion Kross, they're all, if they do get built up the little bit they do get built up, they're just going to lose to Roman. Now, Karrion's a heel, so I don't see how you even really do that. LA's a heel, but he's like over, so I don't really see how you do that. Or no, I could see more of that. Yeah, I could see more of that match. Like the fans would just get behind LA all the way. Part of me. And then with Shinsuke, he's a baby face. And everyone wants to see the real true King of Strong Style. But all of these guys ultimately will lose to Roman. None of them WWE will get behind enough to fucking have them dethrone him. But with the draft, they could be splitting up titles, or creating new titles or whatever. So or keeping
we'll see.
Yeah, so I mean, do they create a new title and we see actually Shinsuke or one of Karrion Kross become a viable world champion? I don't think so. No offense, those are like some I marked out. I saw Shinsuke my first time ever last year, and or maybe it's early this year, and I fucking marked out so hard, dude. I love him so much, but I just, even me, I don't see him like beating Rome. That's not the guy. So Yeah, I don't know. I think it's just line him up to knock him down. And I don't even see LA Knight being in this conversation with all the jobs he's been doing. Dummies, yeah, he's so over with us in this show. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for you, LA Knight. I really am. We love you, buddy.
Well, did Twitter say anything about it?
No, I mean, Twitter's just all praying he gets a push and saying he deserves better. He deserves better. He deserves better, you know?
Yeah, let's read some of the LA Knight tweets.
Okay, just people going fucking LA Knight is over. Push this man, damn it. Push LA Knight, you cowards. I'm rooting for Xavier Woods, and thus I believe I am now categorically listed as an LA. Okay, that's stupid. Push LA Knight.
Yeah.
Everyone's not getting an LA Knight push. You're all marks. There were reports of him receiving pay. Okay, sorry, that's Logan Paul. Need an LA Knight push ASAP. Prayer circle for LA Knight. LA Knight is so over. Can we get this brother a push? I mean, how many more do I got to read, bro? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Okay, yeah, I mean, let's get him a fucking.
Point.
Let's get him a. Yeah, I made the point. I drove it home. I fucking Dodge style pile drive that shit into the fucking mat. So, sure. What more can we say? Push LA Knight, dummies. Yeah. DDP won the title when he was 45. Dummies. Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, so sticking on the topic of WWE-ish before we get into AEW, semi-WWE-ish at this point now, Goldberg is and one more thing. I just want to put over those Shinsuke vignettes one more time on SmackDown. Those are fucking great, man. Keep it up. I love you too, Shinsuke. Yeah. Okay, sorry, but Goldberg's doing a world tour. He's announcing he's doing a world wrestling tour before he retires. It'll be probably, like, I would assume, a year-long thing. I know now this is complete speculation, but I know that like Nick Aldis has some big shit going on in Australia that might involve some Impact talent now that he's back in Impact. And
is he?
Yeah, man, apparently.
I think I might watch Impact. I think I'm gonna start watching Impact.
Oh, dude, Nick Aldis is back in Impact, bro. Like the face, he's about to be the face.
Watching Impact.
Yeah, dude.
I guess I'm watching Impact, bro.
I put it over on the last show, brother. I said, dude, Impact is fucking like, they're good. It's good. It's good shit, man. It's good shit, pal. Yeah, Impact. Yeah, Impact Wrestling. That's good shit. Let's get Bill Goldberg and have him face Nick Aldis in a steel cage match in Australia.
Eggs. I like eggs.
And Bill, what's your name? If you don't hire Bill Goldberg to wrestle Nick Aldis in Australia, that's my impression of Vince running Impact Wrestling.
I'm pretty sure everyone knew what you were doing. But
yeah. But Impact's killing it, man. They're like fucking they're like the perfect blend of like what's good about AEW and what's good about WWE, but like without doing either of those things the best. They're like an exceptional blend of both. Do you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah. I feel
yeah. So but yeah, Nick Aldis back there. So I'm gonna mark fantasy book my Bill Goldberg world tour, and then I want you to do the same. Yeah, shocker. I know you're not into the mark fantasy booking, but you can just give me tell me.
I'm just gonna react to you. We're just gonna
react to what I say, and then tell me what you would do or what you hope to see from
Goldberg versus Bret Hart. I'm done. There's Hairline's take. Bill Goldberg versus Bret Hart in Canada.
Oh my god, dude. Okay.
You asked.
That's fucking epic, dude. Okay, so that's so good. I would pay to see that. My world tours, this is all I'm hoping for. I hope Goldberg does something big in New Japan with someone like maybe Suzuki Gun, Minoru Suzuki. Maybe even someone maybe like Tanahashi or something like that. someone who's like willing to lose to him, you know. um and I would love to see him do like a legend match in New Japan. I would love to see him wrestle Nick Aldis. I think that would be a fucking brilliant match. Now, if Nick Aldis brings Impact down to Mexico again, because they did some shit in Mexico, or if maybe they go to Australia or whatever he's got going on, I would love to see, because it's a world tour, right? So it would be awesome if maybe Impact did something internationally. Sorry, what were you gonna say?
You were completely fantasy booking at the aspect that you think fucking Impact would have the funds to even afford Bill Goldberg.
But why wouldn't Anthem Entertainment, like, you don't think Goldberg would be willing to? He said, I'm going where the money is. So like, it's not like he'll say,
right,
no, I'm holding
do they
out.
have it
like,
though?
If, dude, I don't know. Like, what if they give, like, dude, there's ways to do, like, if you're telling me if Nick Aldis and Scott D'Amore and the fucking guy who owns Anthem, the billionaire who owns Anthem, sat down in a room together with Bill Goldberg, they couldn't hash a fucking deal out to do some sort of thing in fucking.
Well, okay, wasn't he getting Saudi paydays though?
Yeah, but brother, it's do you think he wouldn't take half of Saudi money if he's going to do a world tour? Like, realistically, he's thought this out. He doesn't think he's going to. What's going to the world tour going to consist of? One match with Tony Khan and then do a WWE retirement match? No one has that money.
No.
So he's obviously willing to compromise in order to, because there's other ways to make money. The merch deal. Maybe he can get some of the gate. Maybe he can get a percentage. Maybe if each of, right? Like, maybe if he, now, like, I'm not saying he's going to go and do a world tour of spectacular matches, but if he can do like 4,
oh no, for sure,
or like 3 or 4 in 1 year, where they're like big, like one in New Japan, one for Impact against Nick Aldis in Australia, one, or Mexico, one against whoever in AEW at Wembley, and then he retires at WrestleMania 40 in Philly, at the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Would that not be a beautiful end to a fucking career? And would that not be like a crazy world tour and money grabbing attention? Like, all eyeballs.
Well, yeah. I was gonna say, technically, I'm arguing with your fantasy booking.
Right.
So in the first place, I shouldn't even.
Right. Technically,
right.
I'm arguing for. Yeah. Technically, I'm arguing for shit that doesn't exist. So hey, brother, we're in the same boat here. So, hey, it's our show. Fuck you. So,
right. Yeah. Amen. Yeah.
It's half my show too. Okay, motherfucker. I'll do what I want. You reserve the right to shit on me. I reserve the right to fantasy book and jerk my Mark dick off.
Exactly,
the idea of Bill Goldberg wrestling Nick Aldis. Okay. So
I'm not saying I wouldn't watch that match. It's not like that.
Oh, dude, Aldis would put a great match on with him too. Like, if anyone could work Goldberg without touching him beforehand, someone like Nick Aldis, I think, would be.
Yeah, man, his build up with his match with Mike Bennett was phenomenal.
Yeah, Mike Bennett, one of the most underrated guys in pro wrestling. I gotta put that out there. While we're on the topic of Mark fantasy booking, the draft is coming up in WWE. We're about to talk about AEW in a second, and maybe we'll talk about a little bit of drafting for AEW as well. Seeing now as Collision's a new show, but we'll talk more about that in a minute. As far as the WWE draft goes, right now, you're Raw, I'm SmackDown. Who are the your top 5 male and top 5 female picks for your show? Just off the top. Let's not think about this too much. Just off rip. Who are your top 5 picks? Who are my top 5 picks? And let's exclude Roman Reigns.
All right. Are we just gonna go? You do one, I do one, or
yeah? And then we can't pick each other's guy. So right. Raw goes first. You're Raw. Redbeard repping Raw.
I'm immediately picking Drew McIntyre.
Drew McIntyre, number 1 overall. Okay. I'm taking Cody Rhodes over on SmackDown immediately.
My God. Well, you know what? I'm grabbing Charlotte Flair for fucking Raw.
Okay, I'm taking I'll take Gunther over on SmackDown.
I'm taking Rhea Ripley on the Raw.
Oh, that was my next pick, baby. That was my next pick. Fuck, who's left for women that I'd really go with?
Yeah, man,
Yikers. Do I gotta pick a woman now? I gotta pick at least one.
No, you don't have to. This is my show. You know what I'm saying?
Right. For me, I guess you took the two top women in the business. I gotta go. I'm gonna just stick with having a strong, like, heavyweight division. And I'll go with just 1 second. And I'll go with I'll take LA Knight. Yeah, dummies.
Man.
Yeah, I'm trying to think like Cody, Gunther. So Cody would be my champ. The foreigner heel, the big nasty sacred ring, the big nasty shit talker. Those are two heels for him to work with so far. Okay, you go ahead. Your next pick. I think this is your fourth pick here.
Sami Zayn.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one, man. So I'm gonna stick with the baby face who Cody could get help from, but is kind of the under guy. Who he's like the mid card guy. He's right underneath. On my show would be oh geez, I said I wouldn't think too much about it. You got to go with a guy like Rey Mysterio. You have to go with just a legend, a hand. He can do jobs that doesn't hurt him too much. He's a baby face. Okay, your last pick.
Man, pick number 5. Fucking Austin Theory, bro.
Oh, that's a good one, man. I'm gonna go. I would have picked him too. And then I need a jobber who just does all the jobs for everyone. So I'll go with Johnny Sameface or fucking I hate to. No, I'll choose Bobby Lashley because he can be a heel or a face, and
there you go.
Yeah,
that's excellent. Dude.
I'm so sorry, Gargano. It's just I'm so sorry. It's just that was way funnier than I thought it was gonna be. Way funnier. Okay,
I can't wait to see the clip cut up of our teams.
Let's talk about okay, let's do another one of these off rip, and and this is like very off the top of our heads. Okay, let's say AEW splits up, which we'll dive more deep into, I guess, with the CM Punk drama that's been going on this week with him and Meltzer. Surprise, more Meltzer drama, more Meltzer bullshit. But AEW Dynamite versus Collision, they do a hard split right now. Let's draft. You're Dynamite, I'm Collision. Who's your number one pick?
Well, hold on. Am I the elite or am I the fucking FTR?
Let's take that out of our minds and let's just you and I draft our 5 back and forth AEW guys.
Well, because like I'm not looking. Okay.
Let's go. You picked first last time. I'll pick first this time.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, I'm picking Punk. Obviously, we'll go with Punk.
Oh man, MJF.
Yeah, I was just gonna say there's no other answer. I'll take. We'll just shoot it straight, partner. I'll take FTR, man. I'll take them both as a unit.
Oh man, I'm thinking about it now. You said that one really quick. Probably Wardlow.
Good call, man. See, you're just I'm going Danielson without question.
Oh!
Yeah.
Man. You're so quick at this.
Yeah. I'm up on AEW. You're not in it as much as I am, so
well, I'm trying to like logically think of stuff, you know what I'm saying? Because It's like Wardlow is my big heel, or not my big heel, but my big body, my Bobby Lashley or my Drew McIntyre.
Right. And then MJF's like your top guy, your top heel.
Right.
So then who else do you need? You need like a mid Carter baby face, like your typical.
I need a girl that doesn't suck, but they all suck.
No, that's
I'm sorry. Oh god. Man. can't even think of a girl though. That's the thing, man. Fuck. I feel so bad for you having to edit around this and shit.
No. It's fine. You were putting Jamie Hayter over earlier.
Yeah, man. But like, she doesn't have star power yet.
Yeah. But you're cultivating
man,
it. This is I guess, yeah, we're drafting, like, what are we going to build your show around? You know what I mean?
Yeah. I'm building my show like around like WWE logic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. It shows our contrast in logic, right? Because I went
right,
Punk,
for
Danielson,
sure.
and
Yeah,
FTR. I'm going work rate, fucking.
Man, oh God, bro.
So you just go with Saraya?
Tough. No, nah. She can't wrestle, dog.
She can. So you'd go with Britt Baker.
How long?
So you'd go with Britt Baker.
I'm sure as hell not going with Britt Baker.
Oh fuck me.
Oh God. I'm trying to think of like, yeah, I guess, man. Like, I guess if any girl has like.
Okay. I would go. Okay, if I had to pick a girl next, I would go. If I had to pick,
I guess I've no women in my AEW.
yeah. I would go. I would probably pick Thunder Rose. Go ahead.
Oh, yeah, I guess, but Thunder Rose has been fucking put down to commentary because none of the girls want to work with her properly.
I'd pick her, man. You could build a division.
I love Thunder Rosa.
You could build a division.
Thunder Rosa is phenomenal.
Yeah, you
Thunder
could build
Rosa, you were amazing.
Yeah. So okay, whatever. Fuck this draft. That was a terrible AEW draft. We don't.
Yeah, that plane crash, huh?
Yeah, it's okay. Hey, man, we tried it. Maybe in a few weeks we'll revisit this. But anyways, we're talking about AEW, so let's review.
Yeah, it's time to get into Dynamite.
Dynamite and Rampage. Man. Hairline actually watched Dynamite. I tweeted this week. I said, the TNT title in AEW is one bad match, is one hardcore match and a bad segment away from becoming the 24/7 title. It's been bounced around.
For
so
sure.
I'm sort of jumping the shark here, but fucking Hobbs and the Hobbs lost the fucking title to Wardlow again. That TNT title is worthless. It's so stupid. It should be unified with the international title, in my opinion. But yeah, we'll get to that. So let's Dynamite, April 19th. Where were they? I think they were in
hold on. First off, how excited are you right now that we're about to do this?
I'm so excited, dude. I was thanking wrestling gods that Hairline was willing to even participate in viewing Dynamite, let alone reviewing it with me. So you guys are getting a longer show this week. Yeah, this is awesome.
Listen. I took notes. You hear it?
You took notes, baby. Yeah. And don't be shocked if Hairline steals Corny's gimmick while ripping the fucking pages out, because I don't know if it's possible, but Hairline may have lost even more fucking hair follicles watching this Dynamite.
That's not possible.
I don't know if that's possible. Anyway, so Dynamite was live. Where
they were
in Kansas or something?
They were from wherever the hell Britt Baker's from. I can tell you.
Oh, right, Kansas. What the fuck am I talking about? Yeah. Yeah, I'm making wishes over here.
Like, hey, did you know Britt Baker's from here? Hey. Adam Cole was like, by the way, Britt Baker's from here.
Yeah, when they call it Britsburg. We're coming live from Britsburg. It's like, man, when you just
I believe Tony Schiavone says that.
I know, but it's like
Tony Schiavone says that.
When they overdo when they overdo that shit, it's like, we get it. It's their hometown. Just let them come out and get a fucking pop. Like, AEW relies so much on wait till their music hits and the pop they get from the crowd because they're from, and it's just like, you rely too much on that.
Mark shit.
Fucking just, yeah, dude. So that's all I'm saying. But anyways,
man. So they were coming out of Britsburg.
They're coming out of Britsburg, and now I don't have the segments again. I just have the fucking card. I just have the actual matches and the show.
So it opened up with Jungle Boy coming down to the ring and Excalibur, and Tony just shooting the shit.
Right. And I also, guys, here's one thing I got to say about AEW commentary before we get into all this. when Taz and Excalibur are joking around on their YouTube show and laughing at moves, whenever a big move happens and Excalibur goes, oh, ho, 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 and he starts laughing at it, and it's like, no, you guys, he just Canadian destroyered a guy on the fucking apron. Like, you're not going, oh, ho, ho, like, you're not joking about it. This is a serious fucking sports event, bro. Like, treat it that way. Why are you guys laughing and joking about everything? It drives me fucking nuts. Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman should be the AEW commentary team. I'm sorry. I'm fucking sorry. Put them there with Taz. And I'm cool.
You are not gonna like this.
Yeah.
But what I liked most from my AEW experience here was the banter between Taz and Excalibur. So I have to completely disagree with you.
Okay, and that's fine.
It got me through the show. It was amazing, dude. They have some of the greatest wrestling chemistry ever, bro.
Dude, they're awesome. And I'm putting their chemistry over on Dark and Dynamite. I'm just saying that I don't know, man. There's too much of the jovial shit when things are supposed to be serious and they don't. Now, I understand Vince and producers aren't in their ear telling them fucking what to say, but you need to, I don't know, man. They need to approach. Okay, they're not trying to be WWE unless they are. Okay, and if they are, they're never going to be able to do that properly. So what they should do is lean more into like Taz is there, explain the fucking holds and get into, isn't Tony a fucking statistic guy? Have Excalibur breakdown. When John Moxley hits the paradigm shift, he wins 97% of matches. However, when the move gets reversed on him, he loses 43% of matches. So Hook will be looking to reverse the fucking, like, give me that sport. Get serious about some of this shit sometimes, dude. When guys are bleeding and going through fucking tables and getting destroyered on the ground, I don't want to hear Taz and this guy joking about it. When it happens, when JR's on commentary on Rampage and that shit happens, JR goes, he's like, well, what more do you gotta do to beat a guy? God damn it. Like, he gets angry. He's like, what else could be done? I want to see that. I want seriousness.
Making me pop. Yeah, you're making me pop.
Dude, I want some fucking seriousness in there. So I'm not shitting on Taz. I'm not even shitting on fucking Excalibur. I'm not even shitting on Tony Schiavone. I know some people are like, Schiavone shouldn't even be there. I agree. He should kind of be
hilarious.
A backstage guy, but if he was more of a backstage and just ring interview guy, I'd be down with that too. I'm not like, but I don't mind when he's on commentary. Like, he just comes in and goes, "It's Sting." That's good for me. But ultimately, man, I'm just sitting here like, so if you watch Ring of Honor, I already got you to watch Dynamite. I don't think there's any way on earth I'll get you to watch Tony Khan's Ring of Honor. But when you hear Caprice Coleman,
I really doubt that.
Listen to me though, dog.
I already know the Ring of Honor. I used to watch the Ring of Honor.
I know you know it, but I have to reiterate it for the show, for the listeners. Like,
you're right. My bad. I'm sorry.
No. It's not your bad. It's just I can't stress it enough. Like, when Ian Riccaboni and Caprice Coleman, when shit gets serious, it's fucking serious. They relay the history of outside shit and the history of Ring of Honor shit in a very, almost, I don't want to say WWE way, but they do it in like a very professional way, man, that relays it. Ring of Honor's been fire late too. I'm not even going to hate. And the thing is they get serious when it's serious, but then when fucking the story needs to be told, they tell it. But then when Willow Nightingale comes out, they're fucking clapping along and Ian Riccaboni freestyle raps, dude. Like, it's like their chemistry, the way they can get jovial and fun and lighthearted when it's meant for that. And they're so good at it, man, to where I'm like, get them on fucking television, like main television.
Man.
So
I don't, bro. I don't know, man. I disagree. Excalibur and Taz. A good portion of my notes is just putting over how funny Excalibur and Taz were on commentary. It's had me rolling and laughing, man. And like, I don't know, man. Taz was just having a lot of fun. You know?
He always does, and I love Taz. It's more honestly less of Taz. I just feel like he should be goofing, and then someone else should be the straight guy. There has to be the straight guy who's straight. You know what I mean? Like the guy who's
right, because Tony's just hanging out, man.
Right. And so Excalibur, when he's goofy too, he's not like the straight guy. He's like, he's being goofy too. And to me, I go, there has to be the Michael Cole to the Graves, like the.
Well, I can't believe they took away Jim Ross, dude. What the hell is that?
So the reason he's dealing with health shit and he's older. And so what they do is So what they do is they tape Rampage after Dynamite. So they bring him out while there's changing the set. And then the Oklahoma, and then everyone cheers him, and then he does commentary.
I would have watched that, man. If there's Jim Ross commentary, I'm for sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, Jim Ross is a fucking legend, and we're blessed. People go, I don't even know why Jim Ross is there anymore. We're blessed that he even comes out and blesses us with an hour of commentary every fucking week. You fucking marks. We're blessed that man even gives us the time of his fucking day to come out and drink a fucking and he's drinking while he's on air. I know it. He's drinking Moscow Mules and fucking doing commentary on Rampage, having a great fucking time. But I digress. We haven't even gotten into Dynamite yet because we're here debating the fucking commentary.
Great, man.
But
I know I can't wait to see the clip for this one either. It's gonna be a little clip of all the commentators.
Hey man, it's our show.
Is Ring of Honor commentary better?
Yeah, dude. I'll make a picture of fucking Caprice Coleman super kicking Excalibur in the fucking face. You know what? It's awesome that you're putting. It's awesome
it better be that, bro.
It's awesome that you're putting over Excalibur too. I just want to say, because you, for those of the listeners,
I don't like right.
The listeners who don't know, Hairline is a Cult of Cornette member. Okay, like he's a fucking full-on corny boy. So the fact you're putting over what does he call him? Sock face?
Well, I'm not going to be ignorant. Yeah, yes, correct. Sock face.
Yeah, but
I'm not going to be ignorant though.
Exactly, and this is why we have the best wrestling podcast. I want to say it because motherfucker.
Yeah,
we'll call it like it is, man. We're gonna say what our opinion is. Right, wrong, or indifferent. He loves Cornette. He'll defend Cornette's right to have an opinion, but he will also disagree with Cornette's opinion. That's how you know that this is an authentic, genuine motherfucker, and you know he's not coming from a place of bad faith. And that's all we want to do with this show. Right. So, anyways, on to Jay White. Oh, sorry,
let's get into killing it, man.
Let's get
Jay White. Holy crap!
No. Sorry, we skipped over a whole fucking.
The 4 pillars. We're going to start with the 4 pillars.
So let's start with the 4 pillars. So basically, Jungle. So it's sort of a repeat promo. So Airline, you didn't watch it, but they did the 4 pillar promo like when they did MJF's re-bar mitzvah. They had fucking Jungle Boy come out, Guevara, Darby Allin, and they all said their case to MJF, pleaded their case about why they should be the next AEW champion. They all groveled about, I've been here and I deserved and I worked my way up and blah, blah, blah. And it was that first one was great. The rebar mitzvah was awesome. Now we fast forward a week or 2 or 3, and we're at this where the 4 pillars come out again. And basically they state their case about why, once again, why they deserve to be a champion and why they don't like MJF, blah, blah, blah. And MJF eventually sort of cuts this deal with Sammy Guevara, etc. We see a little tournament where Darby gets a bye in this tournament, and Jungle Boy and Sammy Guevara go on to main event the show. We'll get into the main event a little later, but Hairline, what did you think? This is your first Dynamite back in so long. What did you think of the opening of the show, this segment, and the tournament format?
So I guess I will start with, you can heavily see whoever is filming the camera angles and whatnot has made this very much a sports entertainment like presentation.
Yeah, they got a producer from WWE, ex-WWE producer came in. Also, Pat Buck is there. He worked in WWE. He did WrestleManias.
Okay,
and so if you watch their kickoff shows too, they're doing desk panels, and Renee Paquette,
Renee Moxley Good.
Renee Paquette, young Moxley Good, interviewing
Thank
people more sports entertainment WWE style. And Tony Khan actually said at the Revolution press conference, and this does not get enough coverage, that they were focusing on quarter hours and producing more of like a sports entertainment for Dynamite. And then ROH is now his like fantasy. He said it flat out that ROH has become what he always envisioned Dynamite was going to be, but that's the Mark Fantasyland sandbox universe mode booking that he's doing over at ROH.
Tony's toy box.
Right. So I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but I just wanted to say that Dynamite has been taking that sports entertainment-y approach, and the people saying Dynamite's been really good lately, all the marks, that's what they're copying. WWE.
Right. So you like WWE? No, it's the worst.
Exactly. Everyone putting over the kickoff show, everyone putting over the pre-show to Revolution. They're like, wow, this pre-show is way better. This is the way to do it. So, like WWE, like, so sorry, Hairline, get into the pillars, give it all to me. I didn't mean to interrupt you there, but go ahead. I'll listen to you now.
Oh man. So, would you agree with my statement here? And before, okay, I'm just gonna say my statement. Would you say Jungle Jack Perry's entrance and everything, is he Bobby Roode? You know what I'm saying? Is he over for his in-ring entrance, or is he over for his wrestling ability? You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying about Bobby Roode, though? How they were saying, oh, he's just an entrance. Is Jungle Jack Perry just an entrance?
So originally Jungle Jack was over for his in-ring ability because he didn't have that music right away. He got it after a little bit. But once he did get that music, I think that also added to it, but then they fumbled him to where even the entrance isn't as over. And really, what is his entrance? It's just music people like. So I don't know. I don't think he's that over anymore. I gotta be honest. So yeah.
Oh, okay, word. I thought he was very over. That whole crowd was all like, oh.
I know, but that's just the song, bro. Like when he's in the ring,
right? Because they're a bunch of marks. Yeah.
When he says shit and when he's in ring, the people I notice do not react to him like they used to early on when it was him and Lucha and the Jungle Express.
Right.
Man. Yeah.
Right. And so like that's what I more or less meant. Is it his entrance that's over? Or
yeah, I think now his entrance is over more than anything else.
Okay, cool. So that's what I was saying.
Okay,
that was my initial observation of Jungle Boy.
So I agree with that.
Darby is also super over as fuck. Man, it's crazy.
He is. He's great. Darby's awesome.
And then in my notes here, I also wanted to say just the four pillars. The four pillars. That's very sports entertainment. That's something I could see them saying on Raw. This segment belongs on Raw. An opening segment where these guys are doing a promo. Oh, I deserve this match. No, I deserve this match. That is very. I feel like I'm watching Raw.
Yeah, and it teased the.
Unfortunately.
Oh, go ahead.
Unfortunately, though, I was quickly reminded that I wasn't watching Raw. I'm watching AEW. Because the crowd started. What is it that they started popping to? They were going piece of shit, piece of shit, and it's piece of shit. Yeah. And you would never see the WWE universe do something.
Dude, like I can show you tweets.
I was very quickly.
I can show you tweets from Marks going like, "Dude, we got a piece of shit chant on AEW. This is why I love this show." It's like, bro,
I believe it.
That's called being a mark for yourself.
I got it in my notes. Yeah. Piece of shit chant.
Yeah, dude. That's being a mark for yourself, dude. That's a fan. You're being a mark for your fan chants, bro. That's a level.
Yeah, you're not part of the show.
That's a level that I can't even wrap my brain around. But let me just say this before you continue on with the pillar thing and you saying it's like Raw. Exactly. So what Dynamite's been doing a lot lately is their opening segment. What did it do? It set up the main event. What are we to expect later on in the night? The other week, what did Dynamite do? They start the show off where people are beat up and the Young Bucks leave the arena in the ambulance with Hangman to take whoever to the fucking hospital. So Kenny fights in the main event alone. BCC beat him down. And then who shows up in the ambulance? The fucking Bucks and Hangman and shit or whatever. What they're doing now is what I've been saying they need to be doing this whole time. Dude, you need to just start the show with like, think about the Attitude Era. A fucking limo would pull up. Austin would get out. Why? Austin wasn't meant to be here. Why is he here? Then you'd see a promo with him later. And then all of a sudden in the main event, he interferes in the final match or whatever. Like it's called a through line. You have to give us a story that goes throughout the show to make me want to watch the beginning, the middle, and the end.
Correct.
AEW starting to do that now. Bonus points for fucking that. Sorry.
Right. Tony's finally listening to someone.
Right. But the 4 pillars thing though, man, I feel like you have to earn that title though. I feel like that's just like a weird thing to be like, here's the 4 pillars. It's like in All Japan, the 4 pillars were like they were the 4 best guys. They were the 4 guys like holding the company on their back. If you want to break it down, dude, like if it wasn't
Darby,
go ahead.
It isn't Darby and Sammy.
I don't think are those guys carrying the company? Are those guys carrying All Japan to where when you
Darby doesn't have little kids dressing up like him, or he does?
No, I'm not saying all of these guys aren't pillars. I'm saying that it just feels weird.
Yeah. I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't think Jungle Boy is a pillar.
I don't think Guevara. I don't think Guevara is a pillar. I don't think
kinda.
Well, I mean, we can debate it. That's why it's up for debate. I don't think he is. Like,
kinda.
He competed in the first ever like official AEW match, so you give him that. But when
his little flips?
Okay, I guess if you want to say who are the 4 young guys that are for surely going to be stars who are synonymous with AEW thus far in their careers? Those 4 guys.
Correct.
Okay. Do I see those 4 guys eventually being in WWE though? Yes. I see 3 of them for sure, other than Darby. For sure.
Sammy? Yeah, Sammy and Darby. Yeah.
No, I see Sammy going to WWE one day, dude.
For sure. Yeah, for sure, dude. Him and Jericho.
I could see Darby never. Could you imagine them in WWE, dude? Oh my god. Fuck's sakes, man.
We're taking this too far.
Yeah, man. But I don't see Sammy. I don't see Sammy as a pillar. I see Darby and MJF maybe, but MJF I could see in WWE in the next 5 years. So all I'm saying is, to me, in All Japan, the 4 pillars of All Japan, like that's what they're stealing this whole 4 pillars thing from.
Of course they are. God, Tony's such a mark, bro.
Okay, but
okay.
Go ahead.
I don't have it in my notes.
Right.
I have it. So my original notes that I transferred this over from, I had written down these promos stink of New Japan. And you just confirmed it for me. You know what I'm saying?
So in All Japan, the 4 pillars, they were called the 4 pillars of heaven. And it was, listen to these names right here, dude. Mitsuharu Misawa, one of the all-timers. Kenta Kobashi, one of the all-timers. Toshiaki Kawada, and Akira Tao. Those 4 guys were the 4 pillars because they carried that whole fucking company on their back and had the best wrestling matches, fucking like bar none for that time, dude. So
I think Sammy belongs on that list, bro.
I don't, man, where he's flipping off of fucking ladders and almost breaking his neck and fucking doing
okay, hold on, listen.
Okay.
Isn't that what the neckbeards fucking want? Is that stupid viral moment?
But I'm not a fucking neckbeard, bro.
Right, but I'm not thinking of, okay, me personally right now, I'm not thinking of what I want. I'm thinking of what AEW, Tony Khan, and the neckbeards want. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. But let me just
what's best for business?
But is 4 pillars best for business when they're doing 830,000 fucking viewers? I'm sorry, dog. Like, all I have to say is like, bro, these guys aren't carrying the company on their back. You know why? Because the ratings reflect that. And none of them, other than MJF, are having matches that you remember, other than Darby and MJF. None of them are having matches that you remember in 2 weeks. None of them are having matches you go, I got to rewatch that. Jungle Boy's not having fucking matches.
Yeah, for sure.
Where you're like, damn, and that's the best match of the year. You're not having matches like that. So fuck out of here. You know, pillars, what? Who, like, I don't know. To me, I'm like, dude, Britt Baker's more of a fucking pillar. Because she's actually done matches where, like, Thunder Rosa, bro.
Yeah, for
I'm telling
sure.
you, she's done matches with Thunder Rosa that will go down in infamy of like, damn, women.
I don't know, man. I watched that match. I didn't like that match.
That hardcore shit they
but that's
did,
neither
bro.
here nor there.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
actually watched that match.
okay, well, I mean, listen, we can talk about the fucking pillars all day, but let's just move
Right,
along
yeah.
from
We're
this.
really beating the pillars to death.
Yeah, we're
This would be
going
a
to
huge
argue
clip.
about this all day, agree to disagree on that. But what do you think about the tournament round robin? AEW tournaments to me are fucking stale. Whatever. We'll talk about the main event in a bit, but
it stank of New Japan, and you confirmed it for me, or
right,
not New Japan, but Japanese wrestling.
Okay, so moving along,
you were like, "Yep,
yeah,
Mark shit."
So moving along,
so it goes.
Ruby,
okay,
so it was the Outcasts versus Hayter and Britt Baker.
Yep.
Ruby Soho and Tony Storm with Saraya in their corner, and they took on Jamie Hayter and Dr. Britt Baker DMD with. Did they have anyone in their corner? I don't think they did.
Nope, just them.
So it was just them. So
they had the whole arena in their corner.
Hey, I like the way you fucking I like the way you word that. I'll go out and say it flat out. Hayter's awesome. Baker can work really well. I love the Outcast stuff. Like a lot of people are shitting on it. It's sort of like an NWO DX combination, but ultimately, man, I like it, and that's why it has heat. And like it's intentionally that way to make you not like that shit. And I think these eventually what they're doing is they're building to a women's OG versus invaders, quote unquote, women's war games match, blood and guts. So that will come at some time eventually, maybe even at Wembley if they move the pace on this, but I think they're going to go with Jamie Hayter versus Saraya at Wembley. It makes sense. They're both from England. And I don't know. This stuff's getting a lot of heat with fans, but I don't know. I kind of like it. I think Hayter kind of plays backseat to Baker a little too much. And I don't think Britsburg was as hot for Britt as they have been in the past, but that's neither here nor there, right? What did you make of all this in the women's division right now?
Man, so first off, I wanted to say the Outcast looked like a DX meets Shotzi Blackheart fucking cosplay parody that you'd see walking around at some like con,
Right.
That's what their gimmick screamed out to me, bro. And then they clearly were in Pittsburgh, man. There was 2,000 yellow towels just whipping around in the air, So Britt's super over, man. And then now into the match itself, bro. I was speaking to you about this off pod, man. I thought Hayter is one of the best female wrestlers that AEW has, man. But she wasn't like right, but in that match, dude, I didn't think her moves and like her selling wasn't given enough time to breathe. It was just that next move, that next like moment, man.
I think they were rushed for time, and if you see her work some other people, which she has a chance to work like Sheeta and shit, you see that that's not really the case. But I do agree with what you're saying. I noticed that too.
Yeah. So from what I saw from my very first observation, I very much felt she wasn't given the time to let her shit breathe on either end as far as selling or getting her shit in. And then also, man, I'm going back to this again. I really enjoyed the banter between Tony and Excalibur and Taz during all that. Man, I just feel like Britt was being such a mark for herself, man.
In the match?
Almost, the whole time, man. Just like the way she was working the crowd and all that. Okay, so like to kind of also bounce back off of what I was saying here earlier about the false finishes. This match was a perfect example of too many false finishes. And it's like when we actually got to the finish of the match, rather than the match being over, I was just like, oh, thank God that wasn't another false finish, So like, I don't know, man.
Right.
I don't like the structures of the matches, the shit's not given enough time to breathe, and it's like, I get what you're saying as far as like they're being rushed due to time and whatnot, but it's all like, maybe Tony, you don't need to book all this shit then,
That's what I feel like. He just overloads the fucking cards, and it's like, bro, that like I don't know. Yeah, we could harp on this forever. Everyone said it a million times. It's like you
Right.
don't need to overload these fucking cards, dude. Like I'd rather have like 5 really good matches with like really good storytelling and like a squash match or something than,
Right.
you know,
No, for sure, man.
yeah, so having everything feel rushed. They always just feel rushed. They always feel rushed. And he doesn't have like a hard line, I feel like, with these people. So he doesn't, there's no like consequences. So everyone's like, oh, I'll just go a minute over. I'll just go a minute over. And like Jim Cornette criticizes that a lot and says, like, yo, my DVR cuts out every fucking time because like I have it set till this time and then fucking they're never on time, you know? So it cuts out. But I digress. So moving on from that, that was a tag team match, not a trios match. So and then what happened? Was there a schmoz at the end? No, Britt Baker got the tap out on Ruby Soho, so that was okay. That's a good. That's, I guess.
Yeah, for sure.
And the opposite of
spoilers,
Vince,
Britt had another segment.
right? And the opposite of Vince, Vince McMahon or WWE would be these scenarios with Tony Khan and AEW where he always puts the hometown person over, whereas at WWE they always fucking bury whoever in their hometown. And then whenever
especially Jim Ross,
right. And then whenever they do put someone over in their hometown, it is that much more special. But AEW, they're just always like hometown to where
Marks.
It gets a little dragged out.
Up next was
the elite.
So spoilers, I'm gonna have to just hang out because I have a no elite rule and I skipped this segment.
So Hairline skipped the elite segment. So you skipped it. You just fast forwarded it?
The entire thing. Yep.
Even though Danielson,
I saw.
Even though Danielson, Mox, Cesaro.
I unfortunately I saw in the middle of it was some Daniel Bryan. And it's really shitty that I had to miss Daniel Bryan, but due to my no elite rule, boom, sorry, not sorry. So you're going to have to tell them about this segment.
Damn, tough. That's tough, guys. There you go. That's Hairline. That's his prerogative. So I got to be honest, the crowd isn't super over. Like the elite doesn't seem super over to all these shows lately. The crowd doesn't really react. They react to their song because they come out to carry on away, so run. So the crowd's like clapping along. They love that. Obviously, but again, like, is it their entrance that's more over, as Hairline brought up earlier? I don't know. But really the crowd's not reacting super hot to like the stuff they're doing, man, like to the elite in general. And I just think that, it's almost like what they're trying to do is recreate their heat with what people want to see with Punk and FTR is what the elite are trying to recreate with Blackpool Combat Club, but no one wants to see that. That's not who we want to see this stuff happen with. It's not what's best for business, and we'll get into
something. It reeks of Jericho.
Okay, I'm not even gonna comment on that, but we'll get into more of the Punk Meltzer Bucks drama. Surprise, what we do on this show and on Twitter and shit a little later on, as far as like, because they have heat going on and there's headlines. We'll get into it more later, but it's just that this is the stuff that should be going on with Punk and FTR, and instead FTR are on Rampage in some weird feud with like Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, which I'm scared that Jarrett and Lethal are going to win the belts off FTR. And then we have Konosuke Takeshita being teamed up with Kenny Omega, seemingly, and they're actually teaming up to face the Butcher and the Blade for some reason, instead of like instead of like Yuta and Claudio. Kenny and Takeshita, because Don Callis brought out Takeshita to save Kenny and shit from an assault by BCC and stuff. all of this, I just wish Danielson is the only thing. Mox has heat with me lately. I love Claudio. Danielson's the only thing keeping me like really in love with this. Omega's being serious, which I love. I love. Here's the thing though, Hairline. They had a brawl and they brawled, and it was one of the worst brawls I've ever seen in my life. I really wish you watched this because Claudio no-sold the Bucks. Like fucking he no-sold the shit out of the Bucks, bro. He didn't sell nothing. Wow. And then,
but like,
and then
is that even
no, listen to me, listen to me. In the middle of this fucking brawl, Matt Jackson starts hitting his Northern Lights suplex spot where he does the. Have you seen this spot where he Northern Lights suplex a guy and then he flips his legs over, and then he picks him up and then Northern Lights him again, and then he flips his legs over and then picks the guy up and Northern Lights suplexes him again? Have you seen that?
I don't think so.
Oh my God. Okay. So Matt Jackson does this spot where it's like, you know what I'm talking about, right? It's like, like when someone gives German suplexes, but he does Northern Lights suplexes. You know what that is, right?
Yeah, he's doing a parody of the Eddie spot.
Kind of, but it's like this never-ending Northern Lights suplexes he does. It's sort of
because he's a mark.
Okay. But in the middle of this brawl, he starts doing this to fucking Wheeler Yuta or someone. He starts on the outside of the ring, doing a spot, bro, like a spot you do in like a fucking in a match, like in the middle of this brawl with these guys who have been like beating the fuck out of you, and Kenny Omega tried to stab one in the head with a screwdriver last week, and now they're doing these fucking. I was like, man, where? And then you go over to WWE and you see, like, you watch Raw or whatever, and you see the brawls they're having with fucking the Usos and fucking LWO and shit, and you're like, dude, there's just levels to this shit. You know what I mean? And you see Cesaro sitting there like no selling the Bucks, and you just see in his face like, I really am doing this. Like, I don't know, man. To me it just
well, you know what?
I hate to hate the Bucks like that, but it's just when you do shit. Sorry, you go ahead.
All you did was confirm that I'm glad I have my no elite pool. That's all this is good.
It was just so fucking. Oh man,
Cesaro's just gonna boo face the whole time.
And it's just like Wheeler Yuta, like, bro, like make a junior heavyweight division and have this guy fucking having matches with.
None of you are from Blackpool.
Yeah, none of you are from Blackpool. Like, change the name of the club. Change the name. Just call it something else. Combat Club. Like, come on, you guys. Just call it Moxley. Call it Blood.
Yeah, Moxley would definitely have blood in the name.
Yeah, dude. Razor Blade Combat Club. Blade Job Combat Club, dude. Anyways, right. Man, fucking whatever. I talked about this, I think, too long for Hairline.
Rocky 3. Yeah, no shit.
Balboa Combat Club. Balboa Combat Club. Oh,
yeah, you heard me.
Man.
Oh, shit.
Okay, so up next we had
what? I've never seen this movie. What? Whatever.
Up next we had the 24/7 title. I mean the TNT title on the line. Powerhouse Hobbs versus Wardlow. Arn Anderson.
Fuck, man.
Arn Anderson.
Bro, what a match.
More Arn Anderson, please. Wardlow and Hobbs, yes. I love them both. Hobbs is super over with me. This whole fucking, and you haven't been watching it, Hairline, but fucking Samoa Joe and the Ring of Honor television title have been tied into this feud as well for like months, dude. Like, it's Joe, Wardlow, Hobbs. The title's bouncing around. It's fucking meaningless. I hate that this isn't a match we're seeing years down the line when both of these guys were built up correctly. Like, it's just fucking Hobbs and Wardlow are just booked. They're just booked 50. No. The match was great. I'm not even burying these guys. I'm burying the booking here. It's just, and if you've been following for weeks,
Okay, obviously, because it's Tony.
I tweeted it out and I stand by it. That title is a hardcore match away from fucking being a backstage segment away from being a fucking 24/7.
It's R-Truth.
Shit, I would not be shocked if he won this.
So
R-Truth came in and won it. But yeah, what did you think about the match, man? Why was it good to you?
So am I correct here? Was Arn Anderson calling the match from outside of the ring?
Yeah, Arn Anderson is Wardlow's new manager now, as of like this week. So
like, yeah, so like what I was seeing was Arn telling Wardlow what to do.
Yeah, because it was like he did with Cody,
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, because it was suddenly like, how is Wardlow like this good? You know, he has amazing ring psychology. You know, and then it's like, oh, it's because Arn was there the whole time in his ear telling him what spot to do next and whatnot.
And did you see Arn hit that fucking DDT?
Yeah, hell yeah, I did,
bro. God,
man, I think it was excellent big man storytelling. And something else I would like to touch on here is I think Cody Rhodes was completely right about Wardlow. When he wrestled that cage match against Wardlow,
yep.
One of the press conferences, he said Wardlow is one of the next big guys in AEW, and I have to completely agree with that.
Yep, I agree. The thing is that Wardlow gets white hot and then they fumble him and then they kill his heat. And then he gets white hot again and then they kill his heat. And then he gets white hot again and then they kill his heat. So I just hope that they fucking just keep this up and build him up to be, because like you got to remember, Wardlow squashed MJF in a squash match, power bombed him 10 times and fucking pinned him. So you know that they're boys, and you know that eventually when MJF's ready to drop that belt, I think it will be to Wardlow. I truly believe that.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah. So moving along here, Commander versus Jay White. Jay White's New Japan. He debuted in AEW. Some mark on our YouTube.
What did Excalibur say? What did Excalibur say?
I don't know, bro. What did he
say? Excalibur on commentary. This is Jay White's in-ring debut.
Yes. Oh, yeah. No, I was getting there. Excalibur said it flat out on TV. This is Jay White's AEW in-ring.
Guess what, Twitter, Mark?
Official debut. So Mark in our fucking YouTube comments going, it's not his debut. You're clearly in a WWE bubble. You don't even watch the product, do you? Blah, blah, blah. Clearly, I watch it more and more intently than your dumb fucking ass because A, yes, it is his debut. You know, I know that because I pay attention. And B, oh, he was on a couple AEWs during that Forbidden Door pay-per-view they were hyping up. Cool, bitch. He wasn't signed to the fucking company. Anyways, yeah, dummies. Okay.
Anyways.
Yep. So this match.
I guess here's where I want to start this.
You go ahead.
What exactly is Bullet Club Gold?
Bullet Club Gold is the new subsidiary faction. So obviously, if you've been paying attention to Bullet Club, they've always, well, not always, but they started sort of having these little sub factions, and especially when Bullet Club went to WWE. Right. And when especially it started when you started to see Bullet Club expand into like other companies and even WWE like acknowledge it and shit. We started seeing like, okay, here's the OC, like the original club. And then here's the fucking Balor Club or whatever. And then over here, here's the Elite, right? So we've seen all these subsections of the Bullet Club, right? So it's just a subsidiary group of the Bullet Club, newly formed, newly lamented Bullet Club Gold, which is so far Jay White and Juice Robinson. So I think Bullet Club Gold, because AEW Black, White, and Gold, it is the AEW extension of Bullet Club that we're about to see them recruit more people and that sort of thing. So I think Bullet Club sort of ran its course, and I think Jay White, I think where the only place Bullet Club really works anymore is WWE, and that people are going to go, oh, E-Drone, but no, it's because like we haven't seen Bullet Club with,
I think it works in New Japan
marketing behind it.
I don't agree with that.
Okay,
man, I think it belongs in Japan.
No. But this
are they still getting heat out there?
I don't know. I think that's like, what are they going to eventually feud the Elite? Like, I don't know. I just don't.
All of it's trash.
So like, who's gonna join? They're gonna go after Adam Cole. Like, who are they get? Like, it's just like
whoever Tony Khan's fucking checking.
I want to see Jay White having
allow.
bangers against fucking top guys, man. I want to see him wrestle
Oh,
Daniels.
you're not. Guess what, bud? You're not gonna get to
exactly. So that's why, to me, like, do you know where I would love to see Juice Robinson and fucking Jay White?
NXT.
Exactly. Over or on SmackDown, legit, and have them be like, nah, we're club guys too. Fucking AJ, come with us. Fuck the OC. And then the OC's like, nah, fuck you. And then they all turn on AJ or something. Like, I would love some shit like that. But instead, it's just like, okay,
so it's such a mark.
I know, but it's like, we're going to get the fucking wolf pack. Okay, what's more of a mark? That or the wolf pack of Bullet Club on fucking Wrestling on Dark?
No, I get it, man. No, I get it. I get it. Yeah. But anyway, so this was Commander's in-ring debut at AEW as well, correct?
No. He's had he's 0-2 coming into this match in AEW. He was in a ladder match with like 10 guys for some reason. That's where he made his debut. And and then he was in a match against El Hijo del Vikingo, I believe. That was in Ring of Honor, technically. No, he's 0-2 though in AEW. He wrestled someone else, and then now he's wrestling Jay White, who's making his debut. They had a 50-50 match, which I thought was fucking ridiculous. I thought Jay White should have murdered this guy or murdered somebody in the company to make his debut. Show us why he's impressive. Don't go 50-50 with a guy who has good kicks and flips, but doesn't like have good like wrestling base wrestling psychology and selling. He has no selling, so no base fucking mat wrestling or anything, nothing like that. And he's just got really good kicks and really good flips. So I'll pop for the fucking flips, but Jay White should have killed somebody in his debut. What do you think?
Man, like I was saying, I thought it was a decent match outside of there was at least 3 to 5 what I call the Twitter moments, where they're just more or less doing a spot that's going to go viral on Twitter. And then after the spot, so quick example here. What I mean by a Twitter spot is you slam someone through a table and then they cut it up and they put it on Twitter. And then 2 seconds later, both wrestlers are both up and wrestling already. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They eliminate the ring psychology just so they can get their little Twitter moment. You know what I'm saying? I felt like this match eliminated a lot of like selling and various other things just so they could have their little viral moments and whatnot. But outside of that, it was a solid match. But I do agree that Jay White should just be smashing people, you know?
Yeah.
And then also, dude, so why is Sean Spears still working his WWE?
Oh yeah, don't even get me fucking started on that. Wait, and then in the middle of the match, Sean Spears in the crowd, like fucking rating the moves and shit. What the fuck are we doing?
Even though the WWE's the devil.
Oh my god, he just did a job. So Sean Spears returned after like a year away from AEW. He had some personal issues. Shout out Sean Spears, man. Ty Dillinger, I fucking love you. You're a great hand, and that Ty Dillinger shit was so over, dude. Back in that time, his stuff with the Pinnacle, I'm down. I liked the Pinnacle in AEW, whatever. So he comes back, jobs to Jungle Boy. All of a sudden, he's in the crowd and just judging. So he's just starting shit with Bullet Club, I guess, for no reason. And I guess he'll team up with fucking Commander and fight fucking Bullet Club Gold.
Out there working his WWE gimmick.
Yeah, and then he's back doing the 10 gimmick just out of nowhere. I don't get it.
Whatever.
Like, this is what Jay White. So imagine if WWE was highly interested in Jay White. So they bring him in. Who does he fight?
I'm not gonna imagine.
No. But listen, I'm saying I'm not even gonna mark a book. I'm just saying like the news was that AEW or WWE was very high on Jay White, man, and they were really interested in him. Okay, so they bring him in. Cody Rhodes is there. AJ Styles. All this. The marks want to talk about the past history from outside. All the Bullet Club stuff is there. Okay, you bring him in. He would have been working. He wouldn't have been an NXT dude. He would have been working Rollins and Miz and all these guys who could have great matches, dude. And people knock it. They go, oh, working with the Miz. Look at what Miz and Rollins just did on Raw, dude. That match was
we put that over to hell.
Dude, so Jay White, so saying, oh, he'd be wrestling Miz. That's not a diss. He'd be wrestling Rey Mysterio in like a week, dude. Ray would put him over. So we're sitting here saying, so now he's wrestling Commander and Sean Spears, and he's trying to reform Bullet Club in AEW. And this is what AEW wanted for Jay White. This is what you fans wanted for him. This is what you guys wanted for him. Fuck, man. He's on top of his game right now. What, I'm supposed to wait a year for them to like, correct, for him to have his time? Or does he go to WWE, make huge waves, get super popular and over fast, and maybe even go and have a match where he loses to Roman Reigns? Wah, Jay White lose to Roman Reigns.
You're not going to get that.
But then you have a rematch with Jay White and Roman Reigns down the line.
Yep.
So come on, man. Like, that's way better than fucking what he's doing right now in AEW. I can't stress that enough. So where Hairline's putting it over, your boy Phil's over here saying, fuck that. So, and I'm your AEW guy. I'm the AEW guy here. So that's where I'm at right now. I'm wearing a Bullet Club shirt right now. That's where I'm at right now.
Mark. So here's the last thing I wanted to say about this match.
Okay, go ahead, and then we're moving on.
Fucking Commander. I guess two last things.
Okay.
I guess I'm going to start with Commander. That this was so, like, am I right? I saw on Twitter, I thought Commander is all elite or whatever.
Okay, right? Now he's officially signed, bro, but he's had 2 matches, and that spot where he walks across the ropes and then does the space plancha to the outside, he did that in every match so far in Ring of Honor and AEW. So it's not like this new Twitter moment, right?
Well, they loved it though.
I know. The fans love it.
Top of the night.
Dude, if I saw it, I'd pop hard as shit too. And the fact that Jay White was cutting the ropes off so he couldn't do that shit was good psychology in there. I know you kind of buried some of the psychology, but the one part of it, I was like, it's cool how he's cutting off the ropes. But for Jay White's debut against an 0-2 guy, 0-3 if you count him losing on ROH, what the fuck, man? He should have killed this no-name luchador. I'm sorry. He should have killed him in like 2 minutes. So that's just me.
Here's what I have to say.
Yeah.
He's been Commander's all elite. Guess what? 2 weeks from now, Commander's going to be fucking just wrestling on fucking Elevation, dog. You know what I'm saying? He had his big moment. Then he's going to be on to the fucking next smaller shit, dog.
Or he's going to hurt
him. Like everything else they do.
Do you agree?
Yeah, or he's going to hurt himself.
Do you think he's going to hurt? Did you see the Dante Martin injury on Ring of Honor where he spun his fucking leg around? Let's watch this really quick.
I'm sure I have.
Before we move on, I'm going to pull it up, and here, let me screen share this because I'm going to pull this up quick and then we'll move along with Dynamite. But I have to show you this. Like, people were talking about, like, dude, this is brutal, and it fucking is, man. So I want you to react to this right here. See, they're trying to pull it down everywhere because they're trying to pull the injury down everywhere because it so here's at AEW Botches, I think.
Shout out to AEW Botches.
Okay, watch this. Watch this, man. Give me your reaction on this. This was at, I think, Ring of Honor for the new tag team titles, because Mark Briscoe retired the old titles that he and Jay held, and they were vacated, and then so this is like a 12-man ladder match or whatever. Watch this Dante Martin injury. Are you familiar with Dante Martin?
No.
So he's a part of this tag team called Top Flight. He's an incredibly impressive high flyer, and he's like a young dude, man, like in his early 20s, like maybe one of the youngest guys on the roster, like 21 or 22. And he has such a bright future ahead of him, and he's such a graceful high flyer. But then you put him in situations like this, and it's like, this could really fuck his whole entire career up, especially with his high flying style, this horrifying of a fucking injury. And this is gruesome what you're about to see. And fucking what's even more tragic is his brother was just injured in a car accident for like a year, and they're a tag team, right? And his brother just returned. And then this happens and they're a tag team, right? So this happens in this match. And then it's like, fuck, man, like we're ruining, like you're fucking these guys' career. Just watch this. Tell me what you think. So that's Ray Phoenix. Can you see?
Yep.
Okay. Beautiful new titles created for ROH there. So the kid with the black tights there, that's Dante Martin, right? Just keep an eye on him. Watch his legs. The injury is a leg injury. So now he's fighting with Penta El Zero Miedo, Pentagon Jr. And these two are going at it. Now watch what happens here, dude. Watch what happens here. So they're fighting on top of the ladder, and what he's setting up here is a Canadian destroyer on the end of a ladder through. There's about 4 tables. And watch Martin's leg.
Oh.
Do you see how bad that is? His whole leg just spun around and almost did a 360.
And dummied.
I can't even watch that again. It's gonna make me fucking puke. So do you see
again?
Do you see some shit like that? Like that could happen to Commander? Do you think
anyone in AEW, they're all too.
Do you think they'll let Commander take it that far? Like, do you think they're willing? I think they are willing to let him.
Yes, absolutely. Tony Khan won't speak up.
Yeah, I think he'll just let them do their
thing.
So.
Right.
That's
what he's been doing, is let people do their thing.
Exactly. So
if it's okay to go a minute over on your shit, it's okay to do a bunch of flips and risk your life. That's all I'm saying.
Right. And when El Vikingo wrestled Kenny, man, he did a 630. So what he did is, these are the 3 ropes, right? Like, just envision my fingers here. I know people are listening to this on audio, but he ran and then he jumped off the bottom rope over the top rope to the outside, but did a 630 through a table. Now, even me just explaining that sounds like the most video mark shit. Okay,
but his head.
Right, he hit the back of his head on the fucking apron, and it's like, dude, you see the video of Will Ospreay, and you see the video of Will Ospreay saying, dude, he's fucking, like, how old is he? He's not even 30 yet, I don't think. Or how old's Will Ospreay? And he's talking about his career might be done because his injuries from his style, and he's been wrestling for 11 years. That's it. Hogan fucking didn't even break in till after 11. You know what I mean, though? Like, Hogan wasn't, like, it's like, you guys, like, I'm not, like, I enjoy the style, but the fucking marks who are like, Disco Inferno, because Disco Inferno's like, is this not indicative of what's going on in wrestling right now? Like, you know? And then the marks are like, what do you know, jobber? But it's like, no, man, like, okay, he's a jobber. Maybe he's got bad takes and it's hard to listen to sometimes, but no, listen to me, man. That's a good take. Like, that's the right opinion. Like, I love the flips, bro. But even Jeff Hardy, like, he does crazy shit, but it's selective, bro. He didn't just do a crazy thing. Like, you watch him on SmackDown, it's standard. And then at the pay-per-view, he leapfrogs a ladder, or it's like TLC, where, you know, like, it's like, he does it where it's important, man. And it's the launch. Look at his career. He didn't retire after years, you know? So it's just,
I guess, my bad.
Yeah, no, you go ahead. You wrap it up.
So I was gonna say, to wrap up this whole segment, though, man. Sean Spears ran down to the ring and attacked the Bullet Club with Pink or whatever the hell. And then shortly after that, Ricky Starks came down, and I gotta say, man, Ricky Starks, he's got a sick ass spear.
Oh, the best, man, the best.
Yeah, it was sick.
Yeah, so I guess it's going to be Starks and Spears against Bullet Club Gold.
Yeah, clearly. Whatever.
I know, like, Starks, man. Like, fucking put a belt on him and don't let him lose. Like, Jesus, he could be the TV champ fighting all these monsters off and shit, like Wardlow and shit. I just don't, it's fucking Starks, man. Like, I'm not saying make him world champ, but, like, talk about a guy who's over that they don't do shit with. Everyone talks about LA Knight. What about Starks, man? Fuck. Anyways.
Yeah, they're like the same thing.
I gotta be honest. I have zero interest in Bullet Club Gold or fucking that Sean Spears Stark shit. I have zero interest. I just got to be real about it. Okay, up next we have Adam Cole and Chris Jericho trade words. So I told you about the Chris Jericho looking over the shoulder moment. I cannot wait to hear what you have to say about this, because you go hard on Jericho and it makes me fucking roll every time. So Jericho,
the innovator of entrance music, made his way down to the ring, dressed as a scene kid with his spiky little leather jacket on. My God.
You're right. So Jericho and Adam Cole come face to face. Adam Cole has tremendous music. I got to put that shit over. A great entrance. I would love to see there be some sort of like light heavyweight division that Adam Cole was just having great matches against fucking guys like Commander, whoever they want to, Orange Cassidy, fucking Danhausen, whoever. I would love that. But whatever, they're gonna put him against Jericho. I guess this is sort of like a match that in like 20 fucking 18, if you told me or something was going down, I'd pop hard for. Right now, I'm like, shit. I hope they do it well. I hope Jericho doesn't muddle it up. And so far, it's not too muddled up.
He will.
But Adam Cole, yeah. What do you make of the face-to-face and the drama that came later in the night? We'll cover that in a bit, but what did you make of this little face-to-face here between La Demo God and Adam Cole?
Adam Cole's such a fucking mark. He was all like
shooting hard, brother.
Bro,
I don't think so. I don't think so.
Okay, hold on. Let me tell you why. He was all like, man, if little young Adam Cole, if he knew he was
I hate wrestlers all doing that shit all the time. Day.
Bro, it's like, shut up. We get it. I like Chris Jericho too. God, fucking mark, bro. That's what I'm saying. Don't tell me he's not being a mark when he's being such a fucking mark, bro. Man.
Okay, I'll concede.
But and you want to know what's gonna throw you off even more, dog? I'm about to compliment Jared.
Okay. No, it doesn't throw me
off. The way he started his promo back at Adam Cole, he had so in Adam Cole's promo, he said he called Jericho a jagoff, and the whole crowd started calling him a jagoff or a stupid idiot. It was one of those two.
Right.
And then Jericho started his promo with, "By the way, I'm not a jagoff or a stupid idiot." And the crowd immediately just started chanting that shit again.
Stupid idiot or whatever. Yeah,
that right there, man, like that just shows you why Jericho is indeed the GOAT. That he just starts his promo off with like instant heat, instantly the crowd uproaring as he's speaking, man, and like just light years ahead with that kind of shit.
Yeah, I love Jericho. Always, although he's Canadian, man, I gotta always put him over. But Hairline, I'm actually shocked you said some good things, and I'm shocked you're calling Adam Cole a mark and stuff. You don't like?
How was he not being a mark?
You think he was marking out for Jericho's past and all that shit? You don't like that, hey?
We were just listening to a clip off pod, correct?
Correct.
And how many times in that like clip alone was he just all like, "Oh, Jericho, are you the GOAT? Or are you blah blah blah?
Are you the demo god?
And then
or are you the wizard? Or are you the bubbly? Or are you the
yeah? I grew up idolizing you, and it's all like, bro, stop.
Yeah. I know all wrestlers now are like, I grew up. I love wrestling.
And don't forget, he also had to mention Britt Baker was here, just in case anyone forgot. Yeah, anyways, man.
My goodness.
Britt Baker came down to the ring. So Adam Cole got jumped by Chris Jericho and a member of the Chris Jericho Appreciation Society.
So Britt Baker comes down to the ring, music hits, big pop again.
Shocker.
Yeah. Towels. She comes down. It's Steeler Nation. It's Brit Nation. And they come down, and she comes down to back her man up, I guess. Doesn't she slap Jericho?
Correct.
Right. So Adam Cole gets shit stomped. He gets handcuffed to the ropes. And then the outcasts come out. Right. Ruby Saraya and Tony Storm. And they beat the shit out of Britt Baker, which is like, okay. And then while Adam Cole's handcuffed to the ropes, they make him watch, which this is a spot that's been done. Fuck the territory days, ECW days, Attitude Era days. This spot's been done time and time again in wrestling. And so they caned the shit out of Britt Baker. They just caned her and beat the shit out of her and left her laying while Adam Cole was trapped on the ropes. Now, it's like 50-50 online. People kind of hated this. A lot of people liked it. I'm like, I feel like it wasn't the best version of this that I've seen over the years, but it was what it was. It was emotional, but I just don't like where's Britt's friends? And you're there every other time. This time you're just miraculously not there. Pourquoi?
Hey, brother.
So Hairline, go ahead. Your thoughts.
Man. So I have to say with the whole Britt Baker thing, as far as her getting beat up, I have two initial statements here. The first thing is I thought, honestly, commentary as far as Excalibur and especially Tony, Excalibur, Tony, and Tazlo were reacting to Britt's beating way harder than the crowd was, and you know what I'm saying? That's super offensive for the fact that we were in Britt's hometown. You know what I'm saying? So like the fact that Britt's hometown wasn't reacting as hard as the commentary team was.
And why is that? Because the fans, and this is it is, I guess, if you take it offensively, sorry, fuck you, don't care. But the fans, unfortunately, are like programmed to, we see 100 fucking table spots and canes on AEW all the fucking time, people bleeding. So this was like, there's not even blood. I've seen
their conditions.
I've seen Britt Baker bleed buckets, fall in thumbtacks, fall off cages through tables. Okay, so she's that. So a couple kendo stick shots. I'm like,
correct.
Okay, she's okay. Like, it's fucking Britt. I've seen her. I don't know.
Correct. That, and I completely agree with you. So like that right there. See, Tony, you have written yourself into plot holes with that. And then, anyways, my second statement here, and I am not trying to dog Edge when I'm saying this. I just want to start. Edge is a legend. But
okay, where's this going, Edge? Okay. Proceed.
Yeah, you got to be like, what? He's all like, well, I guess I'm clipping Edge onto this. Anyways, man, the way Adam Cole was coming off, chained up, going, no, Britt, no. It came off as like some corny sci-fi channel shit, similar to the shit Edge did with the sci-fi channel. You know what I'm saying? Like, you recall what I'm saying when SmackDown was working. When SmackDown was working with sci-fi, you don't remember that when SmackDown was on Sci-Fi Channel?
No, sorry, yes. I recall ECW being on Sci-Fi. I don't recall SmackDown being on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, SmackDown would be on there sometimes, and so would ECW was for sure on there. But during that time period, Edge did some work with the Sci-Fi Channel. You know how Edge did acting, right?
Yep.
Okay, nonetheless, let's pull back. You know what I mean by corny sci-fi?
Yeah, I get it. Like like a fucking like Sci-Fi Channel made for TV movie type fucking.
Correct.
Yeah.
And that's where I'm coming off. Is it came off like that? Is he was not portraying that he was really concerned for his wife's beating on the behalf of his supposed nemesis.
What about her yelling Austin, yelling his shoot name?
Oh, I didn't even notice that, but my God, dude, I have it written down in my notes that Britt is such a fucking mark too, and it's like that's just more mark shit, bro. No, bro. Okay, so I guess my bad, bro. So like that's what Edge has to do with this. Is Edge did a bunch of like cringy Sci-Fi Channel.
I thought you were going to bring up how Edge was reacting when Beth Phoenix got fucking concertoed in comparison to Adam Cole.
Oh, no. Well,
and then you took it into the fucking Sci-Fi Channel. Guys watching Batman 1966 fucking talking about fucking Edge. Oh, you mean Adam Copeland from the Sci-Fi Channel? What the fuck are we talking about?
Yes. Yes, that is what we're talking about.
No, I'm just
I guess I'm sending you clips off pod. I guess I'm sending you clips off pod of Adam. Adam Copeland acting on Sci-Fi.
I need to see it.
For sure. But, we're doing it, dude.
But anyway, so
I borderline want to make you react to it now, but we've already dragged this pod out. We'll save it for the next pod.
Yeah, we'll save it for the next one. So anyways, to stay on topic, you think Adam Cole was like overacting? I just feel I felt like the acting wasn't crazy.
I don't even think you could call it acting.
The whole time I was like, where the fuck's Hater in them? Riho's ran out with a lead pipe fucking 4 weeks in a row to fight the Outcast. You're not there to back Britt Baker up while she's getting caned to death. It's just like they're writing. They're not. Now, I'm not a writer or anything. My job isn't a writer or anything personally, except for it is. And like that just to me is so glaringly fucking like where we just saw her in a tag match earlier with fucking Hater, and Hater's not there, and she's getting, and this girl's getting caned to death. I don't get how they just didn't fix that. Like who?
It was awful.
Yeah.
Please just move on.
Yes. So anyways, quickly we'll talk about, and maybe we'll just talk about it now. What do you think, because this is more of a Rampage thing anyways, what do you think about fucking like FTR, Jeff Jarrett, Sanjay Dutt, Jay Lethal? They're fighting over fucking custody of Mark Briscoe, I guess, who's a better friend.
Hold on. I want to start this with the promo started with Renee Young and FTR. Renee Moxley, good. It started with Renee backstage with FTR.
Right.
and honestly, at this point, dude, in my notes, I have written down Renee Overload. You know what I'm saying? Because this is like the 6th backstage segment with Renee Moxley, good.
Right.
Anyway, so FTR
you told me that off air as well.
Right. Well, because it's an overload, bro. Anyway, so FTR runs to the back, and it's basically in a nutshell what you said. They're kind of fighting over who's better friends with Mark Briscoe. I guess, you know what I'm saying? Plus Jeff Jarrett's hanging out.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck does Jeff Jarrett have to do with any of this? And
Jeff Jarrett's hanging out like Tony.
And I thought they were gonna have Jarrett, and I thought they were gonna have Jeff Jarrett win the tag belts with Jay Lethal off of the Acclaimed. But instead they had FTR do it. So I think that they're going to have Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal beat FTR for the tag titles. I really think that's what they're doing. Or maybe FTR will just knock them down as like the next set of challengers. But I feel like they're going to put I think they're going to put a strap on Jeff Jarrett. What do you think about FTR, man? They're getting kind of put in some bullshit storylines. It's been going on for a long time. They're going to get relegated to Collision.
I wanted to say this promo was way less cringe than your average Matt Hardy hanging out in the back of the hallway promo. Also in my notes, I'm really just putting over Mark Briscoe, man. You know, it's good to hear Mark, and like he's just like, he understands wrestling, and just his simple words and the way he's speaking really pulls you in, man. You know.
And did you hear he said that he has retired from 2-on-2 tag competition for now, like for good, that he will never 2-on-2 with anyone ever again. He'll do 6-man and singles matches and mixed matches, but he won't 2-on-2 with anyone again.
Well, guess what? I caught none of that because FTR and fucking Jay Lethal would have shut up.
Oh my God. So are FTR over with you the way they're over with like, Cornette? You love Cornette. What are your thoughts on FTR and like, them probably getting relegated to Collision?
FTR. I cannot deny that. You know what I'm saying? I'm a wrestling fan. Okay. Example here, brother. One of the things you said about me is that I am a Cornette guy, but I speak logically. An example we made of this earlier in the podcast is when I started putting over Excalibur. And you were like, "Oh, don't you mean sock face?" And I was like, "Yes, I do indeed mean sock face." But here's the thing: is when you're undeniable, you're undeniable. Sock face was making me laugh with his interactions with Taz, and it's kind of the same thing with FTR. FTR is kind of undeniable despite their little fringy Twitter arguments with people and yada yada. So and right. Dude. How can I not be a mark for some guys that are marking out for Arn Anderson and Tony?
We have Acclaimed. It was a 6-man versus Hager and the formerly 2.0. So let's talk about that. So we have
Jericho homies. Yeah.
So we have the Jericho Appreciation Society, Jake Hager, 2.0, what are their names? Daddy Magic, Mac Menard, and Cool Hand Nange. And they're teamed up with Jake Hager and his purple bucket hat, and they're taking on. They took on the Daddy Ass.
Dude, Tony was marking out hard for the bucket hat. He was all like, "I don't understand it, but I get it's over with the kids."
Fantasy marking, fantasy mark booking. I want Big Show to knock fucking Jake Hager out and then take his place as the heater in the Jericho Appreciation Society. And then Jake Hager can just be like an over baby face with his bucket hat and whatever. But anyways, because the crowd chants for the hat and shit like that. So anyways, though, that match, okay, so 2.0.
This is the first time.
Sorry, go ahead.
This is the first time I saw the Acclaimed.
Okay, so
man, that guy can rap. That guy has got some bars and some punchlines.
And man, that was one of
Holy
his
shit.
And that was one of his not even best ones, dude. That's the thing.
Right, you know? Yeah, man.
He's tremendous, man.
Yeah, he was popping me, bro. Yeah, he was popping
Max Caster's fucking great. I check out every entrance they make on Dark. If I see they're on Dark or some shit, I have to watch it. I love him coming out doing the raps, and it's not like John Cena too. It's different because he comes out and does it. It's like a part of his entrance, you know? So it's like a whole sort of its own different thing. And a lot of times, dude, instead of vignettes, if Acclaimed aren't on the show, they shoot a music video, and then they just like talk some shit on someone, and then it's like aired as a vignette. So they've always been like, you want to talk about pillars of AEW, man? I think the Acclaimed are fucking. I think that is the tag team synonymous with AEW. Yes, it was match of the night. Billy Gunn's over as fuck. I honestly, personally, I loved it, and I love all these guys. I love 2.0, Hager's whatever for me. I love Daddy Ass. I love the Acclaimed. You tell me what you think.
This match flowed so awesome, bro. So like how I was complaining earlier that in that women's match, it felt very rushed and nobody was getting their shit in. I felt like this match was the complete opposite. Everyone was getting their shit in. Everything was selling properly. And then there was they were all working towards fucking Billy Gunn getting the hot tag, man. And it was beautiful fucking pro wrestling.
It was, man.
I also geeked out really hard when fucking Excalibur was like, the loaded comb!
You're such a fucking mark, dude. You're a fucking mark for Excalibur all of a sudden. What the fuck? What did I do? What kind of fucking monster did I create making you watch this shit?
Hold on. You want to know what's even worse, bro?
What?
I have a second Excalibur note.
Oh my god, dude. My goodness.
Would you like to know my second Excalibur?
What's your second Excalibur note? Tell me now so I can fucking vomit it all out in once.
Taz corrects Excalibur, and he turns to Taz, and he goes in his serious voice, and he goes, Taz, if you ever correct me again on live television, I swear to God.
Oh, God.
Oh, dude, I lost my shit, bro.
This fucking guy.
Okay, bro. My God. Just to slightly elaborate a little bit on this, some of my favorite commentary of all time was on SmackDown as Taz and JR. And I just think Taz is one of the greatest commentators of all time. Man.
Me too, dude.
The chemistry that Taz and Excalibur have together is just phenomenal, man. And it had me giggling the entire night. You know, but I guess, man, you did this. It's your fault. You created this monster.
It is absolutely my fault, and I'll take ownership. But hey, man, whatever gets you pumped to watch Dynamite every week is fucking cool with me, brother. Okay, so besides the fucking Excalibur's dick that you can't get out of your mouth on this episode, what?
Wow.
What else do you have to say about fucking this match? Like,
dude, that was a great match.
It was just a great match. Yeah, I agree, bro. These guys, I've been trying to tell you about it shit for a while now. I've been trying to.
Is amazing,
I was asking you
their tag teamwork.
Right, and I was asking you way before we started a pod, even like 2.0, like even I was telling you, like even Corny puts them over, you know, like they're good hands, man. They're good wrestlers, and they were in NXT.
Bro, I get why Corny was putting them over. Right. You know, I'll say that much. Yeah, for sure.
And even for their size, and they're Canadians, bro. Those are a couple of Canadians, so I fuck with them heavy. You know that. They're over with me. So, yeah. I went for the hometown heat there. Okay. So moving along, we have another match, I believe, right?
Correct. Sammy versus Jungle. What do you mean?
Right.
Sammy versus Jungle Boy, the main event.
Okay, the main
for the four pillars of AEW.
The 4 pillars of All Japan Elite Wrestling.
Sammy was paid off. Sammy was paid off by MJF, and Renee Moxley Good thought it was a good price.
I think this whole Sammy MJF shit is I don't like this. I just don't like it. I don't like them teaming up
It's okay.
and him paying him off.
It's cringe. It's chicken shit heat, bro.
Yeah, I'm paid
It's
off
wrestling.
so that we can fight in the finals. But then Darby will find a way to pull through, and then it'll be Darby and fucking like I just don't. I can already
for sure.
I already know it's just such
Right.
elementary fucking shit. MJF is doing the absolute.
But I thought
best he
Tony's
can.
Booker of the Year. I thought Tony's the Booker of the Year, though, bro.
Right. Right. I got no comment. And so I just feel MJF is like, dude, he's carrying this along. Like if this was not MJF in this, I wouldn't give a fuck. I gotta be honest. So
I don't know, man. So I thought, yeah. So I kind of was getting sucked into the banter between Jungle Boy and Darby. You know, okay, you gotta understand for me, bro. I haven't watched AEW since Cody Rhodes got his belt back from Brody Lee. You know what I'm saying?
damn.
So the last I saw Darby, bro, was he was putting himself in fucking garbage bags and throwing himself off ladders. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, okay. So for me to turn on AEW, and see this guy like having mic skills and like making me pop and shit, I was like, oh, what the fuck is going on here?
He's great,
you know?
man. He's great. Yeah, Darby's really come a long way, you know, and that Sting
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure, exactly, bro. That's completely what it is.
Right. So what about the match though? Like, what did you think about the match?
Oh man, holy crap. It was very fast paced, but in a good way. Okay. It was not so here's the simplest way I can explain this to you. This was Eddie Guerrero versus Dean Malenko on WCW.
Wow.
You know?
Wow.
Right,
That's
yeah.
Good praise, man.
Yeah.
Like the pacing or like the actual match? Like
the overall the match, man. You know what I'm saying? Just these two cruiserweights. But okay, but you get what I'm saying? Eddie, so the way Jungle Boy basically wrestled this match in a very Dusty Rhodes like way. It was the whole match was designed around Jungle Boy doing these huge comebacks after Sammy getting all his shit in. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we'll get to the ending where it was some heel shit, but besides the ending, the match was designed around Jungle Boy's several babyface comebacks and whatnot.
Is it like passe and old school of me to be like just like you said, two cruiserweights? Like imagine if this was their cruiserweight division and then you had MJF fighting like Samoa Joe for the world title or something like fucking Punk or like fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but you're being logical, bro.
I know.
Problem.
That is the problem. But anyway, so whatever. I'm not going to harp on that, but that's the like maybe that's passe way to think about it, but I don't know, man. The shit works like in all forms of combat, weight classes and shit like that work for a reason. That's all I'm saying, bro. It's just
okay. So let's go back to my original
divisions, even fuck weight classes, divisions. You know, like
no. Let's go back to weight classes. Bro.
Okay.
What did I say? Dean Malenko versus Eddie Guerrero,
cruiserweight,
and that was technically the cruiserweight division.
And that shit carried. That shit carried the fucking show, bro. So it's like, why don't they do the same thing here, bro? It's like because why you have to like admit Eric Bischoff is kind of right about some things, or I don't get it. Or it's a shame we don't believe in weight classes because everyone should be allowed to be world champion. Well, I'm not saying they're not.
Right, okay,
you know what I mean? I'm just saying like establish a division, and then I know when I'm looking at these, and then when I see a dude like a Rey Mysterio who can transcend that or ascend that and go to the next level, it's really like, whoa, look at this guy. It makes him larger than life, even though he's small. But instead, it's just like, nope, Orange Cassidy's gonna beat 7 foot tall fucking Big Bill. It's like, all right.
To push Wardlow to the limit. Orange Cassidy's gonna push Wardlow to his limit.
Yeah, he's gonna go fucking, you know what? Yeah, go Broadway with fucking Hobbs. You know, it's like
Orange Cassidy. Oh no. Anyways, man. I thought the match was fucking some classic wrestling, bro. And I thought the ending was some classic wrestling. MJF, what did he do? He hit him with the ring, right?
Yeah, he hit him with I think the Dynamite diamond ring or the belt or with the big B.
Yeah, man.
Triple B, the Burberry
right.
big belt or whatever he calls it.
Bro, and then him hiding behind the fucking damn it. Hiding behind the guardrail, man. That was all classic wrestling. I don't know, man. I like the ending.
Yeah.
But I'm also a WWE mark. So like what do you want from me?
And that's what MJF is. He's pure just
right. Yeah, WWE, bro.
Yeah, he is. Okay. So that was Dynamite.
Yeah, holy shit.
Good. Like, okay. So for your first time back overall in Meltzer Stars, what do you give it overall? Man. Like, are you excited for next week, or are you like, okay, next week, whatever? Let me know. Like,
I'm not excited for next week.
Okay.
I don't know, man. I guess at this moment, and I don't mean to fucking man. I don't want to bring religion, and I don't want to bring fucking.
What the fuck you're going? This guy's sci-fi net with science and religion. What the fuck are you doing? This is a fucking wrestling podcast, bro. Sorry, go
ahead. So, people often find church to be a burden. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I gotta wake up on Sunday morning, and I gotta go to church.
That's why I stopped going
after church.
Right.
So, okay, you get my metaphor? That's kind of how I'm feeling towards AEW right now. Oh, it's Wednesday. I got to watch AEW for the
pod. Oh, my gosh. Let's hope next week, Kenny Omega and Konosuke Takeshita take on the Butcher and the Blade. Are you ready for that?
Well, I actually am not, because I have a skip the elite rule, so I will not be watching.
You won't watch Takeshita for me.
Is there a member of the Elite in this match? Okay, I'm just checking. Yes or no?
Yeah, dummies. Here we go.
Well, you got your answer, bud. You got your answer.
Shit, man. That's just hilarious.
Well, yeah, let's wrap her up and take her home, bud. This was a long one. I think we need to wrap her up and take her home, because we're going to record our Patreon. And speaking of our Patreon, tell them about it.
Okay, so our Patreon exclusive content, our PLEs, Patreon live exclusives, even though they aren't live, are on our fucking Patreon, patreon.com/Pro Wrestle Times. And yeah, man, we're doing the Chris Jericho's Fall from Grace. And basically what we did is we watched this Chris Jericho documentary. We dug up some old matches with him and Lance Storm in Canada, and him in Mexico with Ultimo Dragon, and we are going to cover basically his earliest years sort of on our Patreon. The Fall from Grace of Chris Jericho. He is one of the GOATs, but he's just sort of marked out for himself, and we cover it all on our Patreon. And we started with the earliest years. We started with Mexico and Canada first, where he started out his career. And so we're going to cover a bit of that. If you want to check that out, join us on our Patreon. It's a fucking $1. And even if you don't, the best way to support us for free is just hit that fucking like and subscribe. Earlier in the show,
that'd be awesome.
We talked about all the new subscribers and the views we're getting and all the people in our comments. We just appreciate all of you, even if you're hating on the video, man. Like, whatever, just come.
Can we talk about the clip channel clip?
Sure, yeah. Pro Wrestle Clips on YouTube. If you haven't yet, check it out and subscribe to that. What do you want to say about it, Hairline?
The comments on there, man. Just people interacting with us. I welcome all of it, man. The people talking shit about me, the people putting me over, man. All of it, it's welcome. You know what I'm saying? It's like the beautiful thing about wrestling is once you buy that fucking ticket, you're either welcome to cheer the baby face or boo the baby face. And it's the same with this podcast. You know what I'm saying? If you're listening to it, you can either tell us how much we suck or fucking how over we are. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And that's absolutely it. And we appreciate all of you just interacting with us. And, you know, it comes back to this old thing. It's like, you know, as much as people beef and disagree about AEW versus WWE, and people are willing to fight each other over WWE versus AEW or whatever they like, ultimately at the end of the day with wrestling fans is that if there's listen, I could dislike your wrestling opinion, you can dislike mine, but if someone else from the outside comes and goes, wrestling's stupid and fake, I will fight that person for you. Yeah, we're on the same team at the end of the day, bro.
Like
so
that.
yeah, so at the fucking,
oh my God,
at the drop of a dime, we're all together. We're all this big fucking community. Even the guys who the whatever, man, we go hard on Meltzer, we go hard on maybe fucking SRS or whoever, but you know, that's our prerogative, man, and they're welcome to go hard on us. And we just appreciate all the love and support and the views and I mean, whatever. I don't care if I get 50 clicks, we geek out, man. We love it. So
honestly, man,
yeah,
I've been marking out originally I was marking out over 6 views. Remember that? Man. When I was like, holy crap, we got 6 views on this video, dog.
Yeah. So, I mean, just thanks for checking us out. And if you're on our Clips channel, consider checking out our full channel at Pro Wrestle Times on Twitter and YouTube. And then, at Pro Wrestle Times Clips, or Pro Wrestle Clips, pardon me. And man, check us out on Patreon. The Fall from Grace to Chris Jericho. We're about to do episode 1, the official first episode. Thanks so much for checking us out. On this pretty much a review episode of Pro Wrestle Times Podcast. I'm Phil. He's Hairline.
Yeah,
dummies. We love you.